One.
Welcome back to continue cooking with me, MonteCristo, and my lovely wife, Susie. So, hopefully my voice is in sync to my mouth. Does my mouth movement match the words that you are hearing? That's the question. We wait and we find out.
I don't know. Should I? Hello?
Should you what?
Yes, it does.
Perfect.
For me. Yes. Yay!
Will we not have any issues today?
I don't know.
We'll
Don't
find
jinx
out.
it. Don't jinx it.
There's always some problem, as we have learned.
There's always something.
The setup is quite complex and only getting more complex. I added a giant new light, by the way.
Yeah.
My wife was very excited when I came back from America with a 48-inch soft octabox.
This thing is taller than Max.
Oh, the thing's taller than...
Him and Max can both fit inside this thing.
It's pretty ridiculous. Maybe I'll show you later. But we have to admit, the lighting is better, isn't it?
It is. You look much more handsome now.
Oh, great. We should get more lights if that's the case.
All right. So today we have orange chicken and Mongolian beef.
That's right. We're doing more American-style Chinese food today. And the reason why I grouped these two recipes together is because we're going to deep fry everything. So I didn't want to pull out the Dutch oven and fill it with a ludicrous amount of oil if I wasn't going to deep fry the world. So we are going to be making this from scratch with breading our own chicken pieces. Mongolian beef is not breaded, but it will still be deep fried in order to be crispy.
Is that why all American Chinese food tastes so good? It's because it's all deep fried. Yes.
Well, you see, Susie, the thing is that many of the dishes, so we could take like General Tso's chicken, sesame chicken, sweet and sour pork, sweet and sour chicken, orange beef. All of these things are fried chicken pieces. So you have to understand that the easiest way to run a restaurant is just to use the same fried chicken pieces and change the sauce in 10 dishes, right?
Delicious.
It is good.
It is really good. It is so American.
But that's why when you're like, I wonder how Chinese restaurants can have massive menus. That's why, because they just have a giant supply of deep fried chicken nuggets that they will put into a dish and just do different sauces on it, which is what the difference between all these things is.
Sauce.
This is fine.
Deep fried sauce.
So let's start by just cutting up some of our meat.
Where's the meat? Where's the beef?
Where is it? It's in the freezer.
Where's the beef? Do you guys remember that slogan? Oh God, am I too old?
Yes.
You guys don't remember that slogan or know of the slogan?
So here's some skirt steak that I have. It is semi-frozen. I stuck it in the freezer maybe 30 minutes ago. And the reason why we want it a little bit colder is so it's just easier to slice into thin pieces, because we want to get this probably about 1/8 of an inch thick, so it just creates a more even slice.
Is this the same meat from the ones from the beef and broccoli
Yeah.
that we made?
Yeah, you can use. You don't have to use the skirt steak. You could use flank steak. You can use. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different kinds of stuff you could use. Flap steak.
Flap steak.
Flappity flap. Okay, so let's take a look at our beef right here. We want to line up the grain. So as we can see, the grain is running this way. This is, if I cut it like this, the pieces are going to be too long, so I'm going to cut it in half first with the grain, and then I'm going to cut it against the grain, perpendicular to the grain, and I'm going to cut it on a bias like this so that we get kind of larger pieces of beef that are still going to be delightfully thin for our crisping. So there you go. There's a nice thin piece of beef.
They say I didn't know they use tougher cuts like that.
So you can use tougher cuts because first off, we are going to put baking soda on it to tenderize it. And also when we're cutting against the grain and we're cutting it so thinly, it's not going to be tough. It's going to be very melt in your mouth by the end. So it's about the marinade, it's about the baking soda, it's about how thinly you slice it, right? But the good thing about these kind of cuts of meat, you wouldn't eat a steak like this, right? Even carne asada, which would be made out of flank steak a lot of the time, is going to be heavily marinated and then cut into very small pieces. But a lot of the times you'd have to marinate it for quite a bit of time. And the nice thing about these cuts of steak is that they are very beefy. They have a ton of flavor. They just are kind of more well-used muscles, so they tend to be a little bit tougher. But in the way we prepare them, it's not going to matter, but we are going to get a lot of flavor out of them as a result.
I was going to say you haven't done your ingredient squat.
I haven't yet because I'm going to cut the meat
You're going
first.
to cut the meat first? Got it. Eric, Binary Eric, thank you for your sub.
Thank you.
10 months.
Welcome
2-month streak.
Welcome back.
Woohoo. We like that. Does that mean technically you can use any cut of beef and just put baking soda on it and it'll make it soft?
I mean, you could use ribeye for this. You could use very good steak for this. Now, I would not argue that that is the best use of price to steak ratio, right?
I was going to say, just get some cheap beef and...
Well, I mean, it's going to depend. Like, some things are just going to probably be a little bit too tough, you know, because we're slicing against the grain here. So again, if we take a look at this piece of skirt steak, the grain is running this way. So we want it to, I'm going to cut it with the grain first, just so we have a little bit smaller, more bite-sized pieces. I am using a pound or about 450 grams of the skirt steak. And we're just getting...
Why are you using a cutting board over what appears to be another cutting board?
Because I don't want to wash the raw meat off of the wooden cutting board, because I use it more for the presentation of ingredients. And so this cutting board, the red one, I can just throw right in the sink and be done with it. And that way we don't spend a lot of time on stream washing a wooden cutting board. I don't have a sink cam yet because I need more subs. I mean, if you want to just see me wash a bunch of cutting boards instead of making this more fun, I guess we could do that.
I don't know. How do you know washing cutting boards isn't fun?
Is that what you guys want?
This is a stream that likes the gimbal and wants a Rue stream, sir. Okay, I'm just saying. These are the people who watch.
I have a better idea. How about you guys go clean up your own kitchens, which is a more productive use of your time than watching me wash cutting boards.
Ooh, you know what needs to be done is a recipe pin.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right. Well, my hands are covered in beef. I will go do that momentarily.
Okay. We need a dual washing cutting board and Rue cam.
I don't think I could stir a roux and wash a cutting board at the same time.
I don't know. That seems like a challenge.
Yes, it would be.
For the right amount of subs, we can try to make that happen.
The question would be, can I wash that cutting board fast enough before the roux burns?
Scrub, stir, scrub, stir. Oh, I see. Anime nerd Fred Durst wants to put me to work. It says Susie cutting board washing and Monte Rooster.
Oh.
Rooster?
Rooster? Cock-a-doodle-doo?
So the orange chicken, Monte actually tried making for the first time. What was it? Monday night? I don't remember. Sunday? Monday?
Friday.
No, Friday. Was it last Friday? Mm-hmm. My God. Anyway, it was delicious.
It's a really good recipe. Shout out Kenji. I will talk about that in a moment.
Yes, there is a recipe for today's meal. Just we'll pin it once
Guys,
hand is not full of meat juice, okay?
God.
I would do it. It just I don't know where it is, nor And if I touch
Hold on.
If I touch his other computer, most likely I will break the stream. So I'm just going to sit here and press buttons as I'm told to do
That's right.
every week.
Do as you're told.
I do. He's like, here are the buttons you press.
The hand that touches the PC is lost. I'll come at you with my knife.
Ah!
All right, hold on. I will pin the recipe.
The real play would be finding a way to integrate chat donations and subs with your sync to have chat clean your cutting board for you.
We need a sync robot. That sounds really expensive.
There you go. It is pinned. Now stop complaining. And start cooking. Continue cooking, one might say.
All right.
What is the best Korean meal to make? Now fight.
I don't know. What is your favorite Korean thing that we make, Susie, at home?
I don't know. They're all good. My kimchi jjigae.
Fair enough.
I only have one dish in the fight. You have multiple. We're getting ready for squat cam.
Oh my. We are so ready for squat cam. Here are our ingredients for the Mongolian beef marinade. First off, we have a pound or 450 grams of skirt steak or flank steak or flap steak, Shaoxing wine, a little bit of soy sauce, baking soda, and cornstarch, and a little bit of water. I'm actually going to use the Chinese soy sauce, but it's okay.
Oh my god, did you lie?
No, it's still soy sauce, just slightly different. Okay, so for our marinade, which we are going to marinate for a while, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, we are going to let's put on our dry ingredients first. So a tablespoon of cornstarch, and we will dredge the beef in cornstarch a little bit later also. So 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Again, this is to soften the meat, as we typically do in Chinese cooking. 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce, or regular soy sauce, if that's all you got. 2 teaspoons of our Shaoxing wine. 1 very loud cat.
YouTube says it hates streaming.
What?
It's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. It's got poor connection.
Bummer. We'll wait for it.
Oh well.
2 teaspoons of a neutral vegetable oil. I'm using peanut oil in this case. So, and then I'm going to just add a tablespoon of water. 1 tablespoon of water. Why are you giving me a thumbs up?
YouTube decided they were going to be good again.
Oh, yeah. Well, probably just an issue on YouTube's end. So I'm going to use a fork just to break up some of these clumps in here, get all the stuff off the side. Okay, we're going to add our steak now. And we are going to abuse the steak. You can really squish this stuff, get the marinade in there, get the baking soda into the surface of the meat. This is very common in Chinese cooking. A lot of the times in Western cooking, if you've got a whole steak, you want to be very gentle with it. The tongs may never touch the steak, etc. But this, you really want to just like get the marinade in there so that we have a nice soft meat. And then we're just going to pop this in the fridge till we're ready to use it.
Our Farley dude,
Welcome back.
thank you for your 21-month streak.
Wow, thank you.
The steak looks fucking delicious, Monty. Keep it up.
We try.
The cat was not impressed, however. She literally came out here to meow at us and then walked back in the room.
It's a very loud cat.
How much a cat weighs? Okay, so here's the thing.
The cat is tiny.
She sounds like she's a huge cat, but she's not. She's like, how much did you weigh when you were bringing her over here?
12 pounds?
Yeah, she's just like a
6
little...
kilos, 6, 7 kilos. Like, she doesn't weigh a lot, guys. She's really small. She's a very
she-
small cat.
And she's only like kind of overweight and wobbly because she's like 14 years old.
Yeah, it's not fat. Okay, we are going to get our other marinade ready.
Orange chicken.
Susie, would you kindly acquire me the vodka from the pantry?
Yes, I shall. The finest Kirkland brand.
Our finest Kirkland brand vodka.
Do you need some oranges?
Yep, 2. Thank you. Wow, orange and vodka delivery. I'm going to make some cocktails, I guess. Who wants a 10 a.m. cocktail?
It doesn't seem terrible to me, actually. Orange vodka.
All right, let us talk about orange chicken. Shall we?
Perhaps. Okay,
Okay.
we may talk about
We'll do MonteCristo's cooking history again. So, where did orange chicken come from?
Boya?
Boya? Well, that's not that. That's for the ingredients. But where did orange chicken come from? Orange chicken was actually invented by Panda Express. People may not know that. It was invented by the executive chef of Panda Express, whose name was Andy Cow, in the late 1980s. Susie, can you stop looking like that? Is there something wrong?
No. You look focused on here, but you look slightly not focused on the Twitch stream, so I'm
All right.
trying to see the difference.
Am I in focus, guys?
Just keep going. It's fine.
No, I need this part to be in focus. This is going to turn into a short
Yes,
short clip.
everyone says that you are in focus.
Do I look handsome?
Yes. So handsome. All right.
Okay, so where does orange chicken come from? It was actually invented by Panda Express and, of course, now is their signature dish. And it was invented by Andrew Cow, who was the executive chef of Panda Express, and it was invented in 1987. So it has been a little over 30 years, actually more than 35 years now, since orange chicken was invented. And why it was invented this way is it took a lot of the traditional Chinese flavors of having the sweet and sour within the dish, and it was a riff on some versions of Hunan cuisine that had dried citrus peels. Now, these meats, such as beef, tangerine beef, were unbreaded. and it kind of used old citrus peels in order to have a slight citrus flavor. It is not, and it was not, the syrupy, sweet juice concoction that we have today. And it certainly wasn't breaded and deep fried, right? It is very interesting, though, because Panda Express invented this. I always get it at Panda Express. I love orange chicken. But also now every other Chinese restaurant in America has some version of orange chicken or orange beef on the menu. It has become an incredible American Chinese phenomenon and is absolutely pervasive. So if you guys perhaps are not American, you may not understand how ubiquitous orange chicken is, but it is everywhere. And it is a delicious dish. It is an amazing creation. It is terrible for you, but it is also terribly delicious. So I love it. It's fun to make it, and we're going to do some really cool stuff. The recipe we are going to be making today, so our orange chicken recipe, comes from Kenji. And it is important, of course, to give people credit, but especially on this one because he has a variety of breading techniques and marinade techniques that are very interesting that we'll be discussing. And so he really, I think, has kind of perfected this dish in a lot of ways in terms of making it crispy, and it is insanely good, and it is better than you will get at takeout. First off, because we're going to use fresh squeezed orange juice, whereas other recipes will use some orange extract or orange essence. So we're going to use both the pith of the orange to get some of the oils out like you would in a cocktail, as well as using the fresh squeezed orange juice. I would highly recommend you check out his book, The Walk. It is fantastic. His orange chicken recipe is also online on Serious Eats, so that's one that he has put out there many years ago publicly and then compiled in this book. This book is entirely worth it. Do buy this book.
Hashtag ad.
It's just a great cookbook.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. We had some of our older our Max's friends over last Friday, and they had never had American Chinese before because why would they? They live here.
And Korean Chinese food is very different.
It's very different.
They also, to be clear, in Korea they also have their own iteration of Chinese food, and it is not Chinese food. It is the Chinese food that has been, Koreanized by Chinese immigrants to Korea, and it is very good. And some of it is actually similar. Like they have a dish that is very similar to sweet and sour pork, that is deep fried pork that with a sweet and sour sauce. But jjajangmyeon, which is the fermented black bean noodle dish, is probably the most famous one, and that is very much a Korean dish. And it is very good, it's just not real Chinese food.
Sure.
So anyway, continue your story, sorry.
Anyway, they were just here, and we offered him a piece of orange chicken, and I'm pretty sure between those two boys, they just finished all the chicken that we had. I was hoping for leftovers after they left, but they were just like, this is amazing. They asked their mom, they're like, what is this? Why is it so good?
I mean, it is just fried chicken in orange juice and sugar. It's fundamentally just engineered to be delicious. I've got some chicken thighs here. We want to use thigh meat for this because the dark meat is just going to be a little bit juicier and fattier and more delicious. It is known.
I love dark meat.
Now, in real life, guys, breasts are superior to thighs, but in chickens, thighs are superior to breasts. I'm going to go ahead and take the skin off because all chicken thighs in Korea that are boneless are skin on, which is very useful for many dishes, including the teriyaki dishes we have done. But in this case, we just don't need the skin because we're going to be breading it and frying it to add that crunchy factor instead. So we're just going to get rid of it.
Confirmed, Monte is a breast man.
Yep. Who would have known from marrying you? I believe my preferences are on display.
I believe your preferences are on display over here too, on me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm also going to trim some of the fat off of this because once we take the skin off where it was attached, it still has a little bit of fat, so we'll get rid of that. Because after all, we want our orange chicken to be as healthy as possible. Ignore the breading and deep frying, guys, and all of the sugar.
Oh, thank you so much for cutting off that tiny bit of fat just to make it slightly healthier for us.
No problem. I do what I can. It's also, we just don't want chunks of fat
fat bits are good too.
So I'm going to use a little bit more than a pound because that's the size of the container of chicken thighs I have is more than a pound. So I'm going to use a little bit more than a pound, but you should probably use about a pound. So I'm just going to trim some fat off here first. So you can see we just have some fat on the sides. I'm just going to get rid of.
Well, I mean, after taking off all that skin and fat, I'm sure you're down to a pound.
No.
Is it a lot more than a pound? Okay.
It's enough more. But it's okay. We don't complain about having more
No,
orange chicken.
we do not. And also, just leave it. That's fine. That's fine. I can eat that.
I'm going to trim the fat off. Doesn't take much time. It's okay.
Oh, I'm so excited for this orange chicken. And Mongolian beef too. I'm not forgetting about you. I love you too, Mongolian beef. Your kitchen is so nice, says Elegit.
Yeah, I do actually really like this kitchen in this apartment. They did a good job with it. It's really, honestly, the best part is it's just ideal for filming this.
Yeah, the layout is perfect.
The layout is
honestly.
like really perfect for filming this because I have this this peninsula of a counter to work on, and we can put the cameras and lights and stuff on the other side.
Yeah, we lucked out with with a good kitchen for this.
The only better thing would be also if the range was on the peninsula with the hood, so that way we could get this straight on while I was
Right.
cooking. But it's okay. It's a minor complaint, really.
I don't think I've ever seen that in any Korean apartment building.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely.
I think that's
You can get that in American houses
yeah, it's
sometimes.
an American house kind of thing.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut our chicken into about, think of it as like a bite-sized chicken nugget that we're going to bread. So I'm going to cut it into like 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch chunks. So that looks pretty good, like whatever you feel like would be a good size for your mouth.
Delicious. How many cameras and what cameras are you using for your setup?
Oh, well, Susie, why don't you give them a tour of all our, actually, one of them's not plugged in.
Actually, we have 4 cameras and 3 of them are iPhones.
Yeah, because iPhones just have really good video and color correction, and the former OGN producer who was helping us out advised us just to do that. And one of them is a Sony mirrorless Alpha 7S.
Yeah, so this one is the Sony cam.
Yeah, this is actually a proper mirrorless camera.
Yeah, so this is the only one. It's on a tripod. It doesn't move. It's right on Monte's handsome face. Smile. Wonderful. Thank you. That reminds me of Nicolas Cage and Mandy last night. And then cameras 2, 3, and 4 are iPhones.
And also it allows us to get like really good autofocus, which is very handy. But what we were told is just a lot of people who make this kind of content these days are just using iPhones. And because we had some older, so Susie upgraded her iPhone, so we have her older iPhone 13 that's just kind of hanging around, and then we use her iPhone 16 and my iPhone 13 that I still use for this. So we just use our phones, basically.
I got Monte to buy me a new iPhone under the guise of, well, we can use it for stream, honey.
I mean, we did need another camera, so that was actually a legitimate justification. I've previously, when I was doing this kind of content, I would use some static cameras that were cheap and a camcorder that I had, but this is a significantly better setup. So.
It's also just easier to, like, it's just less bulky, and because the cameras don't weigh, like the phones don't weigh as much as a traditional camera would, we
Yeah.
can put them into these different angles and not worry about it, like falling.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the quality is like, we don't, I mean, look at this. The quality is fantastic, guys. Like,
Oh yeah, nice thighs, Monty.
it looks amazing. Okay, so we have our chicken all sliced up right now, so we're going to do some stuff with the marinade. Well,
Hey, Papa. Hello, and nice of you to join us.
Let me get some more bowls out.
forgot to take my bowls out pre-stream today. All right. This is vodka.
Show us on 2.
This is vodka.
Let's use 2.
Look at my vodka.
We're looking.
All right, this is vodka. This is a handle of vodka. I tried to get less, but Costco would only sell me vodka by the handle here in Korea. I guess maybe someday I will use it all. Anyway, I'm not a big vodka fan. I'm a gin and whiskey guy, so vodka doesn't have any flavor, doesn't really do it for me. But it is very useful for cooking, penne alla vodka, and actually frying chicken. So one of the things, why would we use vodka when we're making fried chicken? One of the things I learned from Kenji is that by adding vodka to the marinade of your meat, does a couple of things. First off, because vodka evaporates at a lower temperature than water, it is going to vaporize quicker when it hits the hot oil, which is going to make for a light and airy breading. The second thing that it does is it prevents gluten formation. What this means is that the flour and cornstarch we're going to be using is not going to be as tough because alcohol will prevent the gluten from forming in the first place. And so we're going to end up with a very light and crispy browned fried exterior as a result of using the vodka. So it is very helpful.
And we don't use a lot of vodka.
Did they get you with a free sample, Monty?
Just taking shots at Costco.
Shots.
So
I
I don't think American Costco's do this, but in Korea they do offer you alcohol.
They do.
I've walked around like
They'll offer you whiskey, wine.
yeah, so I've had like 3 shots of wine and like some whiskey, and then I'll just walk around and get double servings and get wasted at Costco for free.
Hashtag drunk at Costco. Okay, first thing we're gonna do. I guess I should do the marinade ingredients before we do this.
Don't judge me, chat. I love Costco. I love Costco's free samples. I'm going to leave Monty here with a creepy look on his face as I talk to you about Costco samples and how wonderful they are. But okay, go ahead.
Here are our marinade ingredients for our orange chicken. We have about a pound or 450 grams of chicken thighs. Shaoxing wine, we'll be using an egg white, vodka, baking soda, and cornstarch. And, light soy sauce.
Do you want to do that again with
Nope.
the okay.
It'll be funnier that way.
Leave Monty squatting and gaping while you go to Costco.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is add an egg white.
Where's the orange?
This is for the marinade.
Oh.
Thanks a lot, chat.
Orange!
Okay, we're going to add an egg white here, so get the egg white out. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to beat this egg till it's not stringy and it's foamy. Abuse our eggs.
You abuse your meat and then beating your eggs.
So So make sure there aren't any strings of egg white when you bring up your whisk.
The egg was asking for it.
Yep. There you go, nice and foamy. Let us now add some more ingredients. We are going to add our tablespoon of our light soy sauce. If you don't have light soy sauce, just use regular soy sauce, it's fine. I'm just using Chinese light soy sauce. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of our Shaoxing wine. And 2 tablespoons of our vodka.
Kirkland brand, best brand.
Kirkland, good old American vodka. All right, give this a stir. So now we have egg white, soy sauce, vodka, Shaoxing wine in here. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to take half of this out right now. So half of our mixture here is going to be added to the batter later. And this is another cool Kenji innovation where the reason why we do this is because we want to create a slightly damp batter that is going to have little balls of cornstarch and flour that will adhere to our chicken, and it will create a really kind of craggly surface on the chicken, and that will get more sauce onto the chicken. It'll trap the sauce. So it's actually another cool Kenji innovation right there in terms of this dish. So now we have half of that mixture we just made, and we're going to add baking soda and cornstarch now to this part, which is what the chicken is going to go into. So we will add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. This is again to tenderize the chicken. You don't want to add too much baking soda. Usually 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon is all you need. Because if you add more, it's going to add a metallic flavor to that, which would be quite unfortunate. And we will add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. And now, we'll go ahead and whisk it up again. Whisk all the dry ingredients in until it's smooth.
May I ask when you use dark or light soy sauce?
Sure. So dark soy sauce, they have different flavors. And you know what? You know what, guys? I'm going to have Susie taste them and describe them to you.
No! All right.
Don't be weird, Susie.
Fine.
Sorry, we can make this into a YouTube or Instagram short too. You guys are just helping me make content. Okay, so we have 2 kinds of soy sauces. Boom. 2 kinds of Chinese soy sauces. This is light soy sauce. This is dark soy sauce.
As is written on the label.
As is written on the label. So our light soy sauce is more similar to a standard shoyu soy sauce or kanjan, which is Korean. It's going to be a little bit lighter, still quite salty. And then our dark soy sauce is going to be considerably darker in color. It often has artificial color added. And it's going to be a lot sweeter and more viscous. So it's sweeter, has a little bit more of a caramel flavor to it. And basically, the dark soy sauce is often used as a finishing ingredient or an ingredient to darken the color of the meat. Whereas this one is going to be used often more frequently in the start of the cooking process in terms of marinade and sauces.
You leave it there. I will just dip my hand. So this one is more like what you would use if you're eating sushi or like
yeah, it's like a
something,
shoyu.
and you just kind of dip it in. Mm-hmm. This is really salty.
Yep.
It's like concentrated.
It's saltier. You only usually use like 1/4 or 1/2 teaspoon of this at the end of a dish. It also is sweeter, and it has more of a molasses bitterness to it, almost.
Yeah, it just feels like a concentrated version of the other.
Yeah, it's
soy
very
sauce.
strong.
Yeah.
It's very strong.
Some recipes call for both.
Yes, especially the Sichuan recipes that we're going to be doing next week. Oftentimes you will finish it with that. So it's concentrated, and it will add a little bit of very pleasant color. Because what it does is it makes the color of the meat darker a lot of the time, but it also kind of gets in the nooks and crannies of the meat, and so it gives it kind of a more three-dimensional effect in terms of looking at it too. It's interesting. All right, back to our orange chicken. So our marinade is ready. I'm just gonna use my hands to scoop this in here because I'll just wash my hands afterwards, get rid of chicken juice because I'm gonna wash that cutting board anyway. And so here we go. It should be like a really silky smooth texture, and you should feel the egg white kind of adhering to the chicken. The egg white is, of course, necessary because that's what's going to help bind the flour and cornstarch to the surface of the chicken, which will allow it to have a nice breading. Right, guys? Oh, yeah. So silky smooth, especially with the cornstarch in there, too.
Yeah.
So I get that all over the chicken.
How long do you let it sit for?
You actually don't have to let this sit for very long. You can let this sit for basically no time at all. The Mongolian beef, you probably want to let go a little bit longer. But, you know, for a deep frying process, you don't have to like let the egg sit there on it. You know what I mean, guys? Like you can just kind of egg wash something and then bread it and fry it immediately. But it also, you can let it sit there for a little bit. We'll just let it sit there for a little bit. We're not going to do it for too long. I did the Mongolian beef first because I wanted it to marinate for a little bit longer. You could probably do the Mongolian beef for maybe, 30 minutes to an hour. It's also that cut of beef, the flank steak, is probably going to need a little bit more tenderization
That's true.
than the chicken. Chicken thigh is already very tender. Let's start to heat up our oil, because that's going to take a while. I will plug in our other camera that we haven't used today yet, guys.
Camera 4.
The reason why we don't keep this camera plugged in all the time is that it creates, when it's plugged in, it will record everything. And so when we record it with just the black, it uses less file size. So it makes it somewhat easier for our editors.
Yeah, we are literally recording all 4 cameras simultaneously.
Yeah,
and then,
these files are enormous.
Yeah,
guys.
and then when we send it over to the editors, like they literally have, 3 hours of footage from all 4 cameras.
And the total file size for each one of these cooking streams is somewhere between like 350 and 500 gigs because it records at 70 megs per second. The cool thing is that Susie's live editing is reflected in a DaVinci Resolve file. So when you receive it, it already auto-populates everything on the timeline with the cuts that Susie made, so you can just adjust them as necessary. So that's cool, at least.
Oh my God. So what I'm doing actually means something?
Yes, it does.
Oh, crap.
Not much. I mean, it's easy to fix it. Your mistakes are fixable, but you still should not make mistakes,
I'm trying
Susie.
not to. It's just, I'm old. My reflexes are not great.
Okay, so here I have Chinese peanut oil. Ta-da! Ta-da! Chinese peanut oil. Peanut oil is great because it's a high heat oil, and we're going to be putting this to like 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, guys, help me out, centigrade. Is that 190?
Wait, 395.
375.
375 Fahrenheit to C is 190.
Hell yeah!
190.5.
I'm getting better, guys. All right. I'm becoming less American by the day. I have some peanut oil that I used previously here. I used a trick where you use gelatin to clean the oil. So I didn't filter it. What I did was I took the used oil once basically it had cooled, and of course, when it's cool, because I'm going to add water to it, right? We don't want it spitting in everywhere and hurting ourselves. So what you do is you dissolve a teaspoon of powdered gelatin in about a cup of water, half a cup of water per liter of, or quart of oil. And you dissolve it in hot water. Then you pour the hot water with the gelatin in there, stir it up, and then you put it in the fridge. And what happens is the gelatin hardens into like a gelatin disc, and it traps all of the junk that was in there, the flour and particles and everything like that. So you pour the oil off and just throw away the gelatin disc. It's very cool. I'll show you guys at some point. So anyway, I have this from the last week that I made the orange chicken, which is now cleaned oil. It still does have a small amount of water in it, so it may spit a little bit as we start this up.
This is peak dad energy, and I love it.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but
So we're going to need more oil in here, so I'm going to pour some more in. You may need, depending on I'm going to use a Dutch oven for this. And the reason why I'm using a Dutch oven, you can use a wok, okay? But woks are a little bit tippy, and I don't have a wok ring. I just kind of use it on a flat surface, and I don't really want like 2 liters of double boiling peanut oil sloshing around onto me. So the Dutch oven's just safer. It also retains heat better than a carbon steel wok because it's enamel cast iron. So that makes it easier to keep a consistent temperature for deep frying. And we do want something, between 325 and 375 Fahrenheit. So we also want it deep enough to be able to hold a lot of the pieces. So you want it kind of deep.
double boiling.
Well, that's twice as hot as boiling.
Mm-hmm.
That should probably be good.
Oh, peak dad energy, they're just calling you old.
Oh, well, that's why I have Zilf, what do I, Zaddy. No,
Zaddy.
They took away my Dilf Gamer.
You have hot dad.
Twitch took away my Dilf Gamer tag. They banned all tags. I couldn't have Dilf before, but then they came for my Dilf Gamer.
Woo!
Upsetting.
Toothless0108. Thank you so much for gifting 5 subs.
Wow, 5 subs. Thank you. Very nice of you.
Yay!
Okay, so the oil is popping a little bit because it does have a little bit of residual water from the gelatin cleaning process. But this way it allows, oil's expensive, guys. Like this 2 liters of peanut oil costs like $15. So you don't just want to one and done it. I prefer to be able to clean it, and then you can just put it in your pantry or whatever in a container, and then you can use it again next time you deep fry. Makes it a lot less expensive to deep fry, and a lot less annoying too. And the gelatin cleaning process is really easy.
Wow, Fearless Phoenix. I'm not sure if you're trying to suck up to him for whatever reason. They think you look 25.
That's true. I haven't really aged. I'm just more jacked now. That's the change.
Maybe that's what it is. I was like, you definitely look older than when we first met, which was, 12 years ago. But
Our apartment has something to say to us.
Thank you, apartment. If you are a family that hasn't done the fire extinguisher, like the fire emergency check, please fill out the form.
So here's my thermometer. So it's about 200 degrees right now. You guys can't see it. There you go, 200 degrees Fahrenheit. No, I'm not doing it in Celsius, you metric animals.
I really like the new characters this season. The apartment and the cat. Guys, she's a real cat, okay? Not a human pretending to be a cat.
Which she does sound like.
It's just me, guys. I'm the cat. When is the Muay Thai, the Muay Thai Lee Sin cosplay?
Oh, yeah. We can do that. I guess I'll do these in 2 segments because it's too annoying. There's too many ingredients.
I followed on Instagram. Woohoo!
Thank you. Well, maybe we'll eventually start posting there. Who can know?
You should. Send me pictures. Oh.
Okay, here are our ingredients for breading orange chicken. A little bit of baking powder, cornstarch, regular all-purpose flour, kosher salt. Boom. Done.
Eddie V, thank you for your Prime sub.
Thank you, Eddie V. Based Eddie V.
We don't have a Discord server, but I do believe
There is a
that
cooking channel in my Discord server.
there is a
now,
cooking channel now.
which somebody should probably be able to link here. Who's not me?
And who is not? Oh wait, I can do this. I can do this. I'm not that terribly old, I think. Wait, I have to log into the Discord, right?
Yes, Susie, you have to log into the Discord.
And then I have to find the thing. Here we go. And then, how do I pin, thread, oh, this is too hard.
She's already given up, guys.
I don't know how to do this. Oh, thanks.
Just get somebody to do it for you,
Yeah,
Susie.
Andrew just did it.
This is too painful.
I'm sorry.
This is too painful.
Andrew did it.
Thank you, Andrew. I apologize for my wife.
Sorry, I'm not 25 like my husband.
Andrew's not 25 either, and
He's closer to 25 than I am.
that's
Very true.
slightly true.
Very true. Squat and gape. Gape more. Okay.
Here are the ingredients for our orange chicken sauce. We're gonna use some fresh squeezed orange juice with orange zest, some scallions for garnish, garlic, ginger, Shaoxing wine. Oh, that's sesame oil. Just kidding, sesame oil. Distilled white vinegar, light soy sauce, cornstarch, and just regular white granulated sugar.
Do you want to do that again?
Nope.
Okay.
I think it's funnier when it's scuffed. What do you guys think? It's funnier when I mess up, don't you guys think?
I thought you want perfect for your sound bits and clips.
Look,
and
it
stuff.
adds character.
I see.
Why do you hate character?
He's in his 40s, maybe. He's in his 60s, maybe. Who can know? Monte Cristo. He's a vampire. I don't think. That's why I'm an NA fan.
Vampire. I prefer the term mortality challenged.
Monte turns 39 this year.
Okay, our oil's too hot, so I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. We don't need it for a while anyway.
Are those oranges organic?
I don't know, man. Shut up. Who cares? Okay, I need what I do care about is having half a cup of orange juice. So this is a full cup that I've got under here. It may take a little bit more than one orange, depending on how juicy our oranges are today.
These oranges should be pretty juicy.
They are. It took me a little bit more than one last time, so. Yeah, looks like I'm getting slightly under a quarter cup of orange juice per orange, half.
Oh gosh, we should do something for your 40th, huh?
Well, it's not for a while.
Next year.
It's a year and a half from now. Okay, before I juice this next orange, I'm going to take some orange zest. So I'm going to use a peeler here, and I'm going to get 3 about 2-inch long slices. Now, a lot of time, you wouldn't want to get the pith, right? Because the pith is the bitter part of the orange, but actually adding a little bit of bitterness is quite good in this particular dish because it adds more dimension to the flavor. You don't have to do it that way. You can just do a normal zest like you would with a cocktail, trying to eliminate as much of the pith as possible. The oils from the orange skin are obviously delicious. This is what you use a lot of the time in a twist on cocktails. Maybe we can actually catch it on camera. When you squeeze the orange peel, you can oftentimes see the oil. Sorry, I'm trying to get it focused.
There we go.
You can see there we go. Do you see the mist? No, you couldn't see it.
Kind of.
I could see it with my eyeballs, but the camera didn't want to do it. So it does give you a nice orange zest mist, which is what you squeeze on the top of a cocktail to make it extra delicious. So we'll have three of these nice strips of orange peel. And it's going to take me 1.5 oranges to get our requisite 1/2 cup of orange juice. Actually, I don't even think that's 1/2 cup. I'm doing it in a full cup right now just to catch the liquid, but we'll transfer it to 1/2 cup just to see if we got the measurement. Oh,
Wow.
yeah, it's a little bit under.
These are juicy oranges.
I need a little bit more.
What happens to the juiceless oranges? Do you just throw them away?
What else are you going to do with them? You want to eat some orange rind?
Eat some pulp.
This guy just discovered what happens to oranges when they get juiced for his bottle of orange juice.
Oh, sad.
I mean, you can just zest them if you want. You can zest the outside and just keep the orange zest. I don't have any reason to do that right now, though. So I have a little bit more than 1/2 cup, but I'm going to use a little bit more than 1/2 cup. I can always reduce it, and I do have a little bit more chicken, so having a little bit more liquid for the sauce is not going to be terrible in my instance. We can just put the orange juice and the orange zest in here because it's all going to go for the sauce. I'm going to take a bit of a break from making my sauce right now, guys, because I'm just going to start frying meat. Because it doesn't matter if we fry it first, because it needs to sit, and we're actually going to double fry the chicken.
Are we doing chicken first? Not beef?
No, we're doing the beef first. Because the beef... The reason why we're doing the beef first is because the beef has no breading, which means that it's going to pollute our deep frying oil less.
Yes. I love watching cooking content while I cook. Are you cooking along with us?
You can cook along with us.
Eric?
Okay, so first up, let's get our stuff ready here for the frying. I am going to take some trays out and line them with a lot of paper towels to drain grease. So I'm going to do quite a few layers here. Fold it over, maybe like three. It's like about 3 layers deep now. There we go. So there's one tray. I'm going to get a second tray. So we got all our trays ready. Wow, no technical problems today? The dream.
I'm rarely able to catch these streams. Has he ever shown how to make traditional kimchi yet?
No, we will though. I need Susie's mom for that.
We need to really make it a day.
It's going to take, that's a process, but yes, I need Susie's mom. It actually needs 2 days to do that, so that'll be a complicated one. Okay, so we have triple paper towel trays now. I'll leave this one here. That's for the chicken. Let's take our beef out. And we still need to make a dredge for our beef. So we need to coat the beef. So what I'm going to do Oh, I just took that out. I'm being silly. We're just going to use straight cornstarch for this.
Yeah, making kimchi is a process, and also you need time to collect all the ingredients that you need for it. My mom is in Laos right now, so...
Her mom does have an insane kimchi recipe. We've made it before with her. It's so good. And it's very complicated. It's not like some quick bitch-ass kimchi. It's the real deal.
I hate bitch-ass kimchis.
All right, so we're gonna have we're just gonna coat these into the cornstarch. So we're just gonna dredge this in there. Just a quick dredge. And do I want to put this in a
Plate.
I'll put it on a plate. Yeah. Shake off the excess cornstarch. We're just trying to get a coating to brown it.
If Sideshow taught us anything, the scuff improves the product.
It does. That's part of the charm.
Do you still live in Korea?
Well, I live in Korea again. This is Korea living round 2. I lived in Korea until 2017, then I moved back to LA.
We lived in Korea as a young and free, carefree couple, not married, living our best lives, and then...
Now we live our worst lives.
Now we came back and live even better lives.
Oh!
Enhanced by 2 lovely children.
No, we just live in the suburbs in Incheon now.
I used to watch you on OGN all the time. Aw.
Thanks. It's not too late to watch me all the time again.
KT lost in 2017 spring final so bad it made Monte leave the whole country.
That was a very depressing final.
How much cheaper are groceries in Korea versus the U.S.?
Depends. In general, cheaper, especially produce. Meat is very expensive, so that can be annoying. But also, meat prices have gone up dramatically in America. I'm not even sure anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what grocery prices are like anymore.
Expensive in America.
That is smoking over there.
That's not good. I'm going to turn that off. Thank you, Susie.
Yeah, can you open the window as well?
Yeah. We don't want our peanut oil to be smoking. That is too hot. I thought I turned it down enough, but we'll have to probably let that cool off for a minute. Thank you, Susie.
I'm going to open the other window to get a cross breeze. The house is actually smoky now.
It sure is. Wow. Was not paying attention. Luckily, it doesn't matter if the oil is smoking unless you don't want to set off your smoke alarms. I was distracted by my cornstarch. Hate it when that happens.
Fun fact, I have a screenshot of Monte saying that if I showed up to a major, he would sign something for me. How can we make this happen? I have the receipts from Twitter.
Like a CS major?
I don't know. I guess.
I mean, I was at, we went to the LCK spring final last year.
That's true.
I sometimes still go to events.
Monte now boards, what is it? Literal Korean trains, not just type ones.
No, your mistake is thinking I go places.
Hey, Stella. You're back. She just needed to change sleeping areas.
So guys, if I made peanut oil smoke, it's really hot. Way too hot.
It was a LOL major that you agreed. You were the only person from LOL that I have ever wanted a signature from.
Oh, thanks. So sweet. Well, MSI is going to be in Korea next year. Maybe I'll hit up that.
Yeah. It's $49.99 per pound tenderloins at my local Kroger.
Ooh.
Wow.
I mean, that's an expensive cut of meat in the first place, but I'm used to that being like $20, $25. That is yikes. American meat prices go crazy. When I was in the States before we left, I could probably buy ribeye for $12 a pound.
Maybe I'll have to fly from Kentucky, but no big deal.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
we're not back
I'll
in the
be
States.
so I'll be back in the States at some point, and I'll probably go to a LOL event in the States again.
At some point.
Yeah. I was at the 2022 World Finals in San Francisco.
That's true. I was there too.
We're all there.
I remember seeing your name pop up in a CJ Anderson's Twitch stream like
Oh.
8 years ago, and then I learned you're a fellow Broncos fan.
Yeah. CJ's cool. I actually brought him to we brought him to the Overwatch League, and he was like hanging out there. He was interested. He called me at one point because he was interested in running some Apex Legends tournaments. But yeah, he's been like a competitive gaming fan for a long time. He's a really nice guy.
Monte's the only LOL content creator I've ever religiously followed. Now I just watch him cook and have film opinions.
I mean, both
Right?
of those are good. I am excellent at both cooking and having film opinions.
Why do you have to flour it individually? Why not just dump all the flour on it?
Because, okay, I could just dump it all in the bowl, but then it does it unevenly, and then I have to like really agitate it. It's just annoying. So I know this looks annoying, and it is annoying, but it's somehow less annoying.
Insivia says, I used to get my meat from local farms, but now I live in Manhattan and I don't even want to think about it.
What, the local New York farms? You can get your rat meat straight from the Subway.
T-bone steak is like $33 a pound in Canada these days.
Actually, from when I lived in New York, you can get some farm boxes from farms upstate. There are a lot of farms in New York State, so they deliver a lot of farm boxes and fresh produce directly from the farms into Manhattan. It's pretty nice, actually.
Hi, I'm new to these cooking streams. I want to know if these VODs will be uploaded to a channel.
YouTube.com/@continue cooking. Go to the live tab. It's all there. The edited videos are coming, actually, probably really soon at this point in time. I think we're done with maybe 10 or 12 of the edited videos. The problem is that, so for example, when I do this stream, we're doing 2 different recipes, orange chicken and the Mongolian beef. And each of those is going to be edited into independent YouTube videos, independent like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikToks, etc. And so we are going to have to start releasing probably 3 to 5 videos every week. And we just had a backlog because I've had to give feedback to editors who have been wonderful, by the way. Thank you, editors. I know you're looking at this. Really appreciate it because we're trying to like get the feel and the brand right and set up brand guidelines and everything. So it's been a whole process, guys, but it should go faster. But basically, always, you should anticipate that when I do a recipe live on stream, it should take at least probably a month to get it into the actual YouTube video. So that's important to know.
What is your favorite chain restaurant in NA? And what's the best chain restaurant in Korea?
I actually am a fan of Panda Express. That's true. I do.
Taco Bell?
I do like Taco Bell. I like Taco John's. I like Taco Bell. I like Wendy's. I actually really like Wendy's.
We're fans of Wendy's.
I don't really have a problem with most fast food guys. Like as long, fast food can be very good. Just eat it in moderation. And there's just certain things you can do with fast food, like Crunchwrap Supreme. That shit's great. I'm a fast food appreciator.
How about Korea?
Basically, the problem is I don't even know what is and isn't a chain in Korea because I would say many restaurants are chains, even K barbecue places.
Bunjuk.
Yeah, like Hanam Pig is a chain, for example. That's good.
You like the Loteria Nugs.
Gubne Chicken, I think, is actually the fire one.
Yeah, Gubne chicken's really good. Gubne chicken, so there's a bunch of fried chicken chains in Korea, including BBQ, like you guys know.
Which is good also.
Yeah, but Gubne actually oven roasts their chicken and they don't deep fry.
But it's oven roasted chicken thighs with skin on, and they'll like batter it in like Korean chili peppers, gochu, like a batter, and then they'll oven roast it, and so the skin on top of the boneless chicken thighs is crispy, and that is really good. And they also oven roast like potato wedges.
Yeah.
So instead of French fries, you just have oven roasted potato wedges. It's great. Gubne is awesome.
Is there Domino's in Korea?
Yes, it's bad.
It's bad.
It has been thoroughly Koreanified. Like Korean pizza is generally really dangerous.
Papa John's is
Papa
probably
John's
the
is the
only
best chain, I think.
American, like it's the only one that's closest to true American.
And even then,
It's
But they do have Papa John's. So one of the toppings. So corn is obviously popular on Korean pizzas, and corn is terrible on pizza. But
lies.
it's really bad, guys.
Lies.
It's canned corn is fucking terrible on pizza.
Incredible.
It's so bad.
Love
Anyway,
the crunch.
what is good is koguma, which is Korean sweet potato. And on the Papa John's pizza, on the crust, what they'll do is they'll kind of they'll make like a Korean sweet potato mash, and then they'll pipe it onto the edge of the crust. So it's like piped mashed sweet potatoes on the crust and then baked, and that is good.
So it's like baked, and then around that is a ring of mozzarella of cheese too. So it's like,
I do really like the Korean sweet potatoes on pizza. I think that is nice.
sweet potato crust is definitely delicious, because it kind of cuts through the saltiness of the cheese and the sauce and.
Okay, we're about 400 degrees right now. I did overheat my oil, so I'm just gonna let that chill out for a second.
I heard KFC is amazing in Korea. Yeah, I don't think we've had much KFC here.
It's good. I've had it.
Yeah.
But the thing with KFC is that there's so much good Korean fried chicken, and the local places are also really good.
Yeah, like the no-name mom
Like
and
just
pop
the mom and
shops.
pop shops are great. So it's hard to justify eating KFC in Korea. But you know where KFC is great? It's Poland.
Poland KFC is so good.
God, I don't know why, but KFC is so good in Poland. It is great.
What state are you from?
Colorado. Where are you from, Zuby?
I am from New Jersey. And I'm proud of it. And I can talk shit about it because I'm from there. But if any of you guys talk shit about New Jersey, I will come and beat your ass. Also, for the record, New Jerseyans don't have an accent. We don't say Joyzy. It's all Long Island
That's
that
true.
has come over to Jersey and has messed it all up, okay? We don't coffee talk. It's all New Yorker. It's all New Yorkers.
That is true.
Huge brown ones. Are you from Jersey? Are you, by the name Huge Brown Ones, I want to say Edison, but maybe I am being racist or something. I don't know. I say water. Water.
Okay, so we are at 375-ish now. It's a little above, but once we put the meat in, it's going to drop in temperature. So I'm going to have to turn the heat on in just a second again. We will not ignore our oil anymore.
Hi, Sally. Can I sit on my lap?
Let me dry these tongs off so we don't get any oil spitting. I am going to we're going to do this in batches. We don't need to do all the beef at the same time. One by one, in they go.
Oh, come here, Sally.
And the beef only needs to go in for a couple of minutes. We don't need a long time on the beef. And we're not going to refry this one either because we're going to cook it again in the wok and the sauce. We just need to get it crispy on the outside is our goal.
All my New York friends say that it's all the Jersey people's fault. I make fun of them for walking here. No, it's Long Island. You need to hate the Long Islanders. They're the ones who came out with this terrible accent.
So it depends on how crispy you want this. I'm only going to really do this for a couple of minutes because you can make it really crunchy if you do it for 4 minutes. But it's too much for me. I was trying to separate the pieces of beef here, make sure that none of them are clumping together. You see the heat drops significantly when we introduce the cold beef, so I need to turn up the heat more.
And apparently, I just found this out, well, not just, but Monte has let me know that only East Coasters say Nevada
Yep.
as the state.
That's how you can tell an East Coaster instantly, because everybody, the proper pronunciation and what people from the West say is Nevada.
And for 30 years of my life, I've always just known it as Nevada.
And then she was in California where nobody says that.
Can you add spiciness to this beef?
Mongolian beef? We are going to add it. We're going to add chili peppers.
Oh, this is just the first time fried food.
We're going to put it in the wok in a minute. In a minute, I mean a while. Okay, a couple minutes in there is good enough. If I touch it, it has some crispiness to the outside. I'm going to use my spider to scoop up all the beef here, leaving the oil inside. And we're going to put that right on this here tray to drain with all our paper towels. Got to get this back up to at least 350. So here's our first shot of the beef here. It's going to be really crunchy. And we're only going to fry it the one time, so I'm going to go ahead and take a bite. Yep.
Yep. I, too, will go and take a bite.
Crispy on the outside, a little bit chewy. Nice and tender on the inside.
Can you explain again what the purpose of the vodka and the marinade was?
Sure. The vodka prevents the formation of gluten. So alcohol prevents the formation of gluten, which means that if more gluten is formed in the batter, that it's going to be a tougher, denser batter. It also, alcohol vaporizes at a lower temperature than water. So water will turn into a gas at boiling. Alcohol will turn into a gas at a lower temperature, which means that when it hits the oil, it expands faster, which will lead to an airier texture within the batter, right? Because it's creating air bubbles at a lower temperature and more explosively.
Mongolian beef is usually not spicy in restaurants.
It
Why
is.
is that? You think so?
Yep. Yeah, it generally has chili peppers in it. Fake news. And we can do. Where did Mongolian beef come from? Is it from Mongolia? No! It's from Taiwan. It was invented in the 1950s in Taiwan. And what happened was it came from a Beijing-style barbecue restaurant. But because of the politics at that time, because remember, Taiwan had rejected the communist revolution of mainland China. Chiang Kai-shek flies to Taiwan, sets up his own government there. People didn't want to call it Beijing barbecue, and they didn't want to call it Beijing beef. So what do they call it instead? Mongolian beef, which didn't have any of the baggage. Now, is this Mongolian food? Absolutely not. It is not Mongolian food. It is very distinctly Chinese food, but it was invented there in Taiwan and called Mongolian beef to avoid baggage of main politics in mainland China. Very interesting story.
You guys can learn to cook and learn a little bit of history while you're at it. That beef is really good. Well, I'm gonna go steal another piece.
So I'm waiting this. This really should be at about 350, 375 when I put the beef in, because it's gonna, as you saw, pretty much drop massively in temperature immediately.
Then the next question. Who was General So?
Okay, so General So, as I understand it, was, I think he was a mid-19th century general in China, and the dish is named after him. I think that's the right time period. You guys can look it up. I don't know that one off the top of my head because I'm not making General So's chicken, so I don't have General So's chicken facts for you guys, but I have read where it came from before.
You know too much information.
I get that a lot. I just take an interest in this stuff, guys.
That was actually one of the things I really loved about you.
That I know too much information. my factoid skills unmatched.
Yeah.
I'll tell a funny story, guys. Okay, so at Flashpoint season 2, we were in London, right? And we were in quarantine, and we had nothing to do because we were just literally inside of the National Rugby Stadium in a hotel. And because we were in quarantine, it was just like such a mess, you know, guys. So we had to find things to do. And face it, some people put together a trivia night, and we were all divided out by tables. And Thorne and I were at different tables, okay? And so we were doing a pub-style trivia night. And I fucking dominated. Thorne was talking mad shit about how he's going to win, and he was so salty that he got crushed by me.
Hey, I would also like to say that I've contributed. I was on your team.
Yep, you did.
I definitely contributed.
But wasn't Thorne salty?
He was super salty about it.
That was funny.
Monte's the living embodiment of the online recipes that have an essay before the actual recipe.
Yeah, except it's way more entertaining this way, right? Okay, so we're about 350 now. I'm going to just put the next batch of beef in. Because we put cornstarch on the beef, it's going to get a little bit, you know, we're going to see some sediment in here. But it's just easier to deep fry all of these dishes at one time, so we're not just heating up oil every time we turn on the stream.
Give us the history of the oil.
Peanut oil? Okay, well, peanut oil, I'm going to just go ahead and fry everything at once, whether it's a good idea or not. Screw it, because I am impatient. Ruined.
You plop it all in there.
I'm going to do it in 2 batches instead of 3. So I am naughty. Naughty cooking. So we'll do 2 or 3 minutes on this. The other reason you don't want to put too much in is it's going to drop the temperature even more. Oh, it's not so bad. Dropped it about 75 degrees. What were we talking about?
Peanut oil.
Oh, peanut oil. So peanut oil is very commonly used in Chinese cooking, and especially for Sichuan cooking, they use a roasted peanut oil. And some people say that that's a crucial flavor, even though it is a pretty neutral oil within the dishes of Sichuan cuisine.
Where did it come from?
Where did it come from? Well, technically, the Americas, because peanuts are a New World crop.
Oh yeah, so why would they call it Mongolian beef and not just Taiwan beef?
Because I think they wanted to make it sound exotic.
Oh, that's fair.
It's just marketing. I think they wanted to make it feel exotic and authentic. I don't know the exact reason, though. That's just a guess.
Wow, we actually have 10 concurrent views on YouTube.
Yeah, I usually have about 10.
There's a whole lot of you on Twitch today. Welcome.
Hooray!
This is your first time viewing.
Thank you. You're just really interested in me deep frying very unhealthy but
Yeah,
delicious
well, it's like
foods.
orange chicken. I want some. Would you use any other oil besides peanut?
Yeah, sure. You can use any neutral oil, canola oil. I mean, you could use avocado oil. It's just avocado oil is really expensive. So peanut oil is good. Peanut oil is very useful, I find.
What do you want, Stella? Just come sit here.
The beef is good, right, Susie?
It is really good. It's actually very flavorful, even...
Well, it has the Shaoxing wine and the
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
in the
yeah.
marinade. Yes, a little bit of Shaoxing wine, a little bit of soy sauce.
Ooh, Jugger Wrap missed the whole thing about the gelatin. What's the best way to discard the oil, and can I use it again?
Sure, you can definitely use it again, and you should use it again, because it's annoying to not use it again. The only way to discard the oil is to throw it into the trash. Do not put it down the sink unless you live in a rental, and then you can.
Don't do that.
Okay, here we go. A couple minutes on this. It's nicely crispified. Ooh, yeah. I'm putting it onto our paper towels. The reason why is because it can solidify in your pipes. So the best way is just to throw it away. But you don't have to throw it away after one use. You can clean it. And you always want to wait till it's cool so you don't give yourself horrendous oil burns, you idiot. What you want to do is you can run it through a filter. So you can run it through a coffee filter if you want. Just like suspend it. You can run it through a fine mesh strainer from the pot into a bowl. But what I was saying is one of the new techniques I've been using recently that I learned is that for every quart or liter of oil, you dissolve a teaspoon of powdered gelatin, which you can just buy online at Amazon, into a half a cup of water. And so you heat the water, get it up to simmering, stir the powdered gelatin into it. And when the oil is cold, because if you add water to hot oil, it's going to splash everywhere, it's going to get on you and burn you. So when the oil is cool, add the hot water into the oil, vigorously stir it in a pot, and then put that pot into the refrigerator. Go to sleep, you wake up the next morning, pull the pot out. Pour the oil out of the pot. At the bottom of the pot will be a disc of gelatin that has trapped all of the sediment, and you just put that in the trash. And then you just put the oil in a container, throw it in your pantry, you're good. It's very cool and very easy.
Roy Roger McFreely, welcome, and thank you for your second month of Prime Sub.
Thank you. Mr. Roy Rogers,
Mr. Roy Roger
big fan.
McFreely.
I thought you were dead, but you know.
Roy Roger.
Roy Rogers.
Waking up at 5 a.m. to hear a lecture about oil disposal. Let's go.
Hell yeah!
How many times would you say you can reuse the oil?
It depends on what you're frying in it. Use your judgment. I mean, a lot is the answer. I'll tell you what, as somebody who has worked at clean deep fryers in restaurants, you know, you use it a lot of times. How cheap are you? Is really the answer. If you're cleaning it properly, though, and you know, restaurants will, there's a spout on the side of a deep fryer, and so what you do is you run it through a filter into like a bucket, and then you just put it in the walk-in fridge, or just put it on a counter, and then you just pour it back in the next day. So,
What fitness tracker are you using?
Fitbit Charge 6. Not very exciting, guys. Guys have all kinds of questions.
They do have all kinds of. That is very useful, better than using 1,000 paper towels to throw it away.
Yeah, honestly, like, the other thing you can't do is that some cities, especially in America, have... My wife is sneezing. Some cities in America have oil disposal systems, especially for restaurants. So there's often a place you can take it and it gets turned into biofuel or properly disposed of. But really the answer, what I do is in Korea here we have food waste. So what I would do is literally just put it into a container and then take it out to our food waste bin and just pour it in there. Right? That's fine. That's how you should dispose of it.
When the food starts to taste bitter, throw it out.
I mean, if you clean it every time, like a lot of times is the answer. Like if you think about professional restaurants and they are deep frying stuff nonstop for 12 hours a day, and then they filter that oil and use it again the next day, and they may only change it once a week. You can fry a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, they're using much greater quantities of oil, but it's fine. Whatever. You're not going to hurt yourself.
Woohoo!
You're not going to get sick.
And with that, Greco 12345X, thank you for your sub.
Thank you.
Bless you, Susie, and thanks for the streams, both of you. Oh, thanks. I see your wok is flat. Is there a preference
It's not a
between
wok. That's a Dutch oven.
rounded bottom and flat bottom?
Sure, we can talk about that. So maybe you were looking at this in the background. So this is a flat bottom wok. Flat bottom woks are useful because they can go on top of the grate that is on your stove. If you have an electric stove, look guys, I'm not going to get into it. You can't really stir fry on an electric stove. It's just not possible to get the right wok technique because it doesn't create the kind of heat vortex around the outside of the wok that you flip the food through the steam and the atomized oil to get that wok flavor. You just can't do it. But if you're in a pinch and you just have to like leave it on your electric stovetop and do this to it, which again, stir frying mostly involves some amount of flipping, whatever, we all suffer. Use a flat bottom wok. If we're talking about an induction stove, you'll have a similar problem. If you're talking about a gas range like I have, I just use the grate. Now what I could do is I could remove the grate, use a round bottom wok, but you have to have a wok ring that goes over the burner. And that's what Chinese restaurants have, right? And they have the jet engines. If you are truly based, and this is what I would do if I was back in the States, you can get an independent wok, like jet engine that you use outside that gets it like mega hot. Because you want it hot, you know, to cook things really hot and fast. I have a very good gas burner here, so it works really well. But the based way to do it is with an insane wok burner that you use outside because it also creates an epic amount of smoke, right?
Is that something else that you want for?
Yeah, alongside my tandoor, my outside tandoor.
And the brick oven for the pizzas?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Good call. Thanks for reminding me. So anyway, flat bottom wok is usually what I've always used and owned because I don't want to like take my grates off and then put the wok ring down and whatever, it's fine.
Wok jet engine. Not a combination of words I expected to hear ever.
Well, if you look them up, you'll see what I mean. It is not an inaccurate description.
These are times where I go, my husband is truly American.
Truly what?
American. Needs the extreme versions of things.
Well, I mean, you're right, Susie. I don't need the wok jet engine. What I need is an industrial kitchen with a restaurant range hood inside, so I don't have to go outside in the winter, and also a dedicated wok burner like in a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, of course.
You're right. I don't need the outside wok burner.
Great. We will add that to the list of things that we want in our new house when we eventually move back to the United States.
And also, I will have a professional sound system installed so I can listen to music at 1 bazillion decibels while I cook.
Are we soundproofing that kitchen? Because
That's not my problem.
we're adding that to the list.
Of things that aren't my problem, I agree.
We're going to add it to things. If you want a sound system in there so you can listen to music super loud, we are soundproofing that kitchen.
And the kitchen will have a door with a lock so no one can bother me.
Okay, what's next?
We're going to create the breading for the chicken. I'm just getting more coffee.
I want more coffee.
Come get it.
Holy moly. Opening the windows for just that little moment.
Yeah, it's very humid. I'm sweating
Made
now.
the house 77% humidity.
Okay. So we showed our ingredients earlier for our breading on our orange chicken. So I'm going to begin to add them now. I'm going to use a scale because scales are just better than volume for dried ingredients. Do not comment on the fact that I used volume for Mongolian beef. Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do that. Okay. This is all-purpose flour. I'm going to add a half cup, or about 70 grams. That's 96 grams. That's too much. Put it back in the bag.
Yeah, today is not as humid. It's only 77%. I think it's because it's actually raining. It's the worst when it's like 98% and not raining.
Yes, that's terrible.
Susie, do you enjoy cooking as well?
No. Just say no.
No.
Okay, I'm going to add a half a cup of cornstarch. In this case, I'm going to add 60 grams, so a little bit less. So I'm going to put 130 grams here in my bowl. But a half cup, you can do equal proportions as well. And you'll be fine. Okay. And then I'm going to use a very small amount of a few other ingredients. What did I do with my measuring spoons? They're there. Okay.
I mean, Monte enjoys it so much. There's
It would really be robbing me of joy, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
there's no reason for me to cook, and then it would make him sad, you
Yeah.
know?
That's why I let her do all the laundry, because I would be robbing her of joy.
Yeah. Yeah. And before you guys say, there's a lot less laundry to do, you don't have 2 boys.
Okay. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, not baking soda.
What's the difference, Monte?
Stop. Sodium bicarbonate is different than baking powder. And half a teaspoon of kosher salt. Boom, done. So this is our breading. Let's check on our oil. I need to turn on the burner again.
I help clean up. Monte cleans up while he's cooking, and then
And also after I cook.
And then
I
we
also
have-
do most of the cleanup.
we have a dishwasher.
Okay, we gotta raise the temperature on this oil again. Considering these are going to be in 2 different recipe videos, now I'm going to have to apologize for my unclean oil.
Unclean.
Unclean! I'm going to whisk together my dry ingredients here, and then we're going to do something really interesting. So make sure everything is evenly whisked together, and then we're going to do something weird. So remember the egg white, Shaoxing wine vodka, and soy sauce that we reserved earlier. We're going to dribble it in here and incorporate it, and it's going to form like a bunch of little balls. And the reason why we do this is we actually want the little balls of flour and cornstarch and baking powder and salt, because they are going to adhere to the chicken, and they're going to provide little crunchy bits and more texture to the chicken to catch the sauce. So I know this is weird. You're going to kind of have to do this by eye, because when I did this last time, I added a little bit too much, and it started to create like these giant dough balls, and I had to redo the batter, and it was sad. So don't do that. Instead, what I have learned is that this is approximately the right consistency. So you can see we've got these little dough balls. Because remember, we're going to add more liquid to this. So it's kind of like, it's still mostly powder, but it's a little bit crunchier, if that makes sense. It's a weird technique, but it really works. So Shout out to Kenji for the weird technique that really works. Just checking on my oil temperature. Okay, we're getting back up there. It's about 280 right now. So what I'm going to do is not add all of these at the same time, because again, that's just makes it annoying. So as we bread this, so you can shake it off a little bit, like Taylor Swift, and it's going to have some of those little breading balls attached to each individual piece. Susie doesn't even appreciate my Taylor Swift reference.
I appreciate it.
Susie's a giant Taylor Swift fan.
I am.
I appreciate it, she said, in the most bored fashion imaginable. I'm taking an interest in the things you like. All right, see? You see how they're like the breading balls that are attached to them?
Skin tags.
Yeah, they're kind of gross, but they create really good fried chicken, turns out.
Skin tags for fried chicken. If I wasn't pregnant during her tour, I would have flown to Japan to go see her again. But, you know, I was 1 month postpartum. I didn't think I was supposed to leave my child and go to Japan to go watch her. I did catch her in LA, though.
You made money by seeing
I did.
Taylor Swift.
By making a mistake.
Susie made money by going to see Taylor Swift.
Yes, Taylor Swift is my queen, not Beyonce. I said it. Come here, Estelle. She's meowing, running away. These cooking streams would be better if you had more Julia Child energy. I think you need to talk like this.
Julia Child is taller than me.
Also true. Good night, Greco. I guess people are going to bed. I don't even know.
It's pretty late on the East Coast of America. And slash, if you're a European who it's like 4 in the morning for or whatever right now.
Well, yeah, someone woke up at 5. Why are you up at 5 watching this stream?
Some people go to work early. Maybe they work in the night shift and they're coming home.
Oh, that's true too.
Okay, so just shaking off some of the excess. That looks pretty good.
Technologic, 4 a.m. in the UK. Why?
So it's 5 a.m. in Central Europe.
Why are you up? I mean, I'm glad you are, and thank you
Welcome.
for...
You are very welcome here.
You are very welcome here, and I'm glad you are, but... Yeah. I worry for your health. Is KBBQ as hype in Korea as it is in California?
No, because it's everywhere.
Because it's just barbecue. It's just, you go out to eat barbecue.
Okay, so we have our chicken now. It is all breaded. I will show you. So as you can see the kind of, as my wife would call them, skin tags on the chicken, which does look gross, but I promise you will turn out really delicious. Okay, this oil is pretty much ready. We want it, 375 is good because it's going to drop in temperature pretty significantly. Wow, perfect. All right, when we put this in, sorry about the dirty oil. If you guys are watching the YouTube video, I already made Mongolian beef in here, which is why it's dirty. So just instead of complaining, go watch that recipe also. It's fine. So I'm just going to lay these gently without splashing myself with horrifically hot oil. He said, hopefully. And we'll do this in batches again. So we want about half of it in here. Half a pound or so of chicken. So we want this for about 4 minutes. This is going to be something we fry twice. You do not have to fry it twice. However, it will be extra crunchy if you fry it twice. And if you guys have watched my video where I do donkatsu, the pork cutlets, and I deep fry those, letting it rest and then frying it again just makes it so much better, guys. Like you don't have to do it, but you're kind of dumb if you don't do it.
Ah.
Don't be dumb.
Any idea what it's like to eat in Korea with a peanut allergy?
No, there's not that much peanut in Korean food, though. They don't typically use peanut oil, to my knowledge.
Avoid Vietnamese restaurants?
There's some banchan with peanuts in them,
Yeah, and then
but
there's
it's really rare.
And then there's like peanut sauces for like maratang and
Yeah, but most Korean barbecue restaurants, I would think you would be fine.
yeah. Fried chicken. Yum, 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 yum.
Yep, so we're at 333 degrees right now. It's pretty good. We'll give it a couple more minutes. You're going to want to just kind of like turn it over and stir it with the spider. Called a spider because it has 8 legs. Look at that. Look at it.
Okay.
Look at it.
Ah.
We'll keep an eye on it, make sure it's not getting too brown or burnt. I turned down the heat a little bit. If this is at 325 or a little under, it's probably fine. Yeah, that's good. When we fry it the second time, we're only going to fry it for a couple of minutes. We don't need to fry it for very long. It's basically just to re-crisp it before we put it into the sauce. And also, here's something you guys can do. Remember how I said that this same technique with breading and frying the chicken can be used for General Tso's chicken, sesame chicken, sweet and sour chicken, any other Chinese fried chicken that you want to put together. So you can make a bunch of this. You can make way more than a pound, do a bunch of this. And after the first fry, you can just put it in your refrigerator. And then every time you want to eat it, you just do the second fry for a couple of minutes, and it'll crisp right up, and you can just change the sauce. So if you just want to make a bunch of chicken nuggies, and they're also just good as chicken nuggets, by the way, dip them in some sweet chili sauce. Give them to your kids. You can do that too.
Taisho says it's weird. I'm deathly allergic to peanut oil, but actual peanuts are fine.
I don't know why that is.
Huh.
Hashtag not a doctor.
Yeah, food allergies are odd because allergies also come and go. From what my allergist had said in Los Angeles. So like you might not have an allergy, and then one day just develop one, and then one day it could leave again. Weird.
Okay, so please give me the right camera. Thank you. So this has been in there for about 4 minutes. We're going to go ahead and put it down. And as you can see, what Kenji's recipe gives us is this really like a lot of nice deep cracks and valleys in our fried chicken for the sauce to go into. So it's going to really hold a lot of that sauce while still being incredibly light and crunchy. This is a wonderful fried chicken breading recipe. And again, we are going to take this out, put it on the paper towels to dry, and then we are going to refry it again once it is cool. And that'll give it even more crunchy goodness. Now we're going to put the other half of our chicken in. Again, we're going to give it a little bit of a stir. Can you guys hear the sizzling from my mic? I removed the noise gates for you because I am kind.
Is soy prevalent in a lot of Korean food?
Everything.
Yes. Everything.
Everything has soy sauce. End of story.
It's definitely hard for people who have gluten, who have celiac.
Well, that's different. There are people with soy allergies, and then there are people with gluten allergies.
Yeah.
Soy sauce contains both, tragically.
Yeah, there's a mom I know. Her oldest son is celiac, and they have to
Like real celiac,
real
not
celiac.
fake celiac.
I'm pretty sure a 7-year-old boy would not choose to have celiac and would like to
Yes.
eat everything as his
Yes.
friends, you know.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I feel really bad for her living in Korea and trying to find.
That's rough. Okay, so let's take a look at our chicken real quick. I'll show you on a different camera. How's that look, guys? So you see what I mean when we talk about, let's see if I get it to focus, how crispy this looks, and it's kind of a very light batter, which we get from the vodka and the baking powder, and how it has a bunch of raised areas and irregular breading. It's not smooth, which will allow us the sauce to really stick to it.
I'm gonna taste one.
And the meat is really tender and juicy. Very good.
Very crispy.
Really is some excellent fried chicken. Right? This is a good chicken nugget. This is what it is. It's a great piece
That's
of fried
a great
chicken.
chicken nugget, just even without the sauce.
Yeah. And obviously you need it to be extra crispy because it has to stay crispy after you put it in the sauce, right?
Right.
So it needs to be crispy while wet, which is a trick for sure.
All right, let's not get frozen nuggets anymore. I think Max should eat these.
I don't want to deep fry at home all the time. Look, Susie, I did both of these on the same day because deep frying at home is like so annoying.
Are you sure it's cooked all the way through? Because if it's too tender, it means it might not be all cooked.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, it is. It's
Shut the fuck up.
plenty high heat enough. Oh my gosh, that was really good. Can I have another piece?
Yeah.
What you do with the chicken? Right. It was deep fried in high enough heat that it is completely cooked through. It's the outside breading that's really crispy.
But because of the marinade we gave it, it's still nice and moist on the inside. Also, we're using dark meat. We're using thigh meat, which helps a lot with that. You could use, here's the thing, guys. You could use chicken breast with this. You could be like, I don't want dark meat, it's less healthy. You're fucking deep frying it and putting it in sugar sauce. Like, you've already given up the health battle on this, just eat the dark meat. Eat the dark meat.
Thigh meat is definitely,
It's much superior anyway. Look, I love chicken breasts because they are very good for you and very lean protein. But I admit the thighs are superior in chickens. In people, the breasts are superior.
breast is not good and fried. Yeah.
Well, it would be good. Look, guys, it's still going to be fried chicken. It's still going to be good. Let's be honest. It's still going to be good.
Why are the thighs less healthy than the breast?
Have more fat. Okay, we're getting close to being done here. So we'll go ahead and take this out after about 4 minutes. Remember, we are going to fry this a second time. That's also another reason why we don't have to be super concerned about how well it's cooked, because again, we are going to fry this at 375 one more time. But also, it is very cooked through right now. That is very hot oil, guys. Okay, so we now have this, we'll do it over here. We now have this pan of fried chicken on paper towels. I'm going to unstick some of these pieces. We're going to let this just sit here and come to room temperature, and then we'll refry it in a minute. While we're waiting, we'll make some sauce, some orange chicken sauce.
Are there any other Kenji recipes that your household loves? Tons.
I made one just earlier this week. Which one was it? It's Kung Pao shrimp. Yeah, so you guys can go back and look at that live stream, or check out the YouTube video when it's fully edited. I've used some of his Japanese recipes as well from the wok book. Yeah, he's got a ton of stuff, a ton of good stuff.
Okay.
So here we go. Half a cup of fresh orange juice, 3 of our 2-inch long orange zests. I'm going to add a lot of sugar to this. 4 tablespoons, aka a 1/4 cup. 2, 3. Keep in mind, 4. Keep in mind, there is also sugar in the orange juice. We want it to be sweet and sour, so white vinegar is going to go in. We'll use 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. You could also use Qingqiang vinegar or a Chinese black rice vinegar, some combination of Qingqiang vinegar and white vinegar. I'm just going to use white vinegar. We got to do some dried ingredients, or we'll use some more wet ingredients first. We got a teaspoon of our sesame oil. Sesame oil, teaspoon. Running low. Luckily, I have a backup put in here. We love cornstarch. Boom. This is a thickener for the sauce. So the combination of the sugar and the cornstarch, when we heat the sauce, is going to thicken it, because we want to have that like very like goopy sauce to go on the fried chicken. That's what makes it good.
Goopy sauce.
Goopy sauce. Hell yeah. And we need 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. Boom. Light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons. We are also going to add garlic and ginger, but we are going to stir fry those aromatics before we get them in. There's not a lot of point to whisking this right now because it's going to take heat for the sugar to really dissolve, but we can suspend the cornstarch in here a little bit. I need to move this pot of oil. So I'm going to move it to a different burner so we can see my beautiful nonstick pan. But we have more stuff to do before that. We need a couple teaspoons of minced ginger. So I'm going to peel some ginger now, my least favorite activity on this stream, but one that must be done all the same. Try and get a relatively large piece here so I can use a spoon to skin it. We haven't had any recording issues today.
Maybe it was the disc reformat.
Yeah, I think that helped.
It's helped a lot. Also, I don't think you noticed the nonstick pan, how I scrubbed the bottom of it. Look how clean it is. Look, pick up the pan.
Whoa, beautiful.
It is very beautiful. While you were gone, I was working on making sure that your pans were in tip-top condition.
On the bottom.
On the bottom. Well, yeah, because it was like goopy and gross.
Oh, well, thank you. You're my favorite dishwasher, Susie.
I know. Actually, that's false. You like Samsung dishwasher first, and then me.
I mean, I'm apathetic to what washes the dishes, if we're being honest. As long as something that isn't me does it. Okay, we got to mince some ginger and garlic. Get it ready for our sauce. So I'm just going to slice this thinly first, and then we will mince. Yeah. We're not quite done with the ingredients yet, Susie. So, still have Mongolian beef sauce ingredients to go. How do you guys think that fried chicken looks, by the way?
Uh-oh.
What is uh-oh?
I got blue screen of death.
Where?
No signal.
Oh, yeah, just move that around.
There we go.
Yeah, just move that around. You didn't get blue screen of death. Don't say that. That's scary.
It was a blue screen, and it said no signal.
That is not a blue screen of death. Blue screen of death is when the laptop goes down and the stream dies. That's the real problem. Okay, I'm going to turn this on to medium heat right now. Our little nonstick pan. And I'm going to mince some garlic as well. We'll do 3 cloves. We want approximately equal parts of garlic and ginger here. I probably minced a little bit too much ginger, but we don't have to use it all. We can instead just use part of it.
Ooh. Juggle wrap, if you do, he says, it looks amazing, I'm hungry, waiting for the wife, gonna try to replicate your recipe sometime soon.
Not my recipe, to be clear, but great.
Yeah, well, you can follow along with
You can follow along,
the
that'd be
YouTube.
great. Send us pictures.
Yes, please send us your finalized products. That would be wonderful.
It is, by the way, guys, I know it is a giant pain in the butt to do deep frying at home. And like, why would you make your own orange chicken when every Chinese takeout restaurant in the universe has orange chicken right now? Trust me when I say this is better, and it's worth it.
It's so good. Like, this is better than what you're going to get at Panda Express.
Panda Express is great, but they're not also going to use like the fresh orange juice or have the depth of flavor. You know, they got to make it fast. It's okay. I like Panda Express orange chicken a lot, but it's just this is incredibly good.
This is like gourmet orange chicken. It's
Yeah,
really good.
Okay, so we're just heating up a little bit of peanut oil in here. I'm going to add my ginger and garlic. Not using all the ginger I cut, about 2 teaspoons. We just want to start to stir fry them to get a little flavor. You may be wondering why I'm not using a wok. Shut up. No, it's because I'm just going to reduce the sauce in this, and this is just easy to do because it's a nice nonstick pan. And I don't want to clean the wok because I'm going to use it for the Mongolian beef in just a second. So.
One thing I realized the more I watch you cook is that a bench scraper is low-key so useful.
Oh, it's incredibly useful. Incredibly. cleaning off your cutting board of scraps and throwing it in the trash. Anything you mince herbs, mince garlic, mince ginger, it's just like, just buy one. They're incredibly cheap. So I'm just making sure this doesn't brown, but we want to get all that nice ginger and garlic flavor into the oil. And you only need about 30 seconds to do that. I'm going to give this a quick swirl. This is our sauce. You want to make sure you get all the sugar out of here because there's still going to be a bunch of granulated sugar in the bottom, and we want to get all that in there. Obviously, we're not going to use a metal implement in our non-stick pan, so I'm going to switch to a silicone spatula. What we want to do is I'm going to turn up the heat now to maybe medium-high, and we want to start to reduce this till it has a more syrup-like texture. So it's too watery right now. And also what heating it up is going to do is help us dissolve all of the sugar that we put in this into the liquid. So there you go. I'm going to clean up my cutting board now because we have to do the Mongolian beef sauce shot. All right, I need some chicken broth. Luckily, I made chicken stock yesterday. And low-key, one of the other cool tools you're going to get is these silicone ice cube trays where each of these is a cup of liquid. So I can save my chicken stock in individual cups. So I save some of it in 4-cup bags, which is 4 cups is like the boxes of chicken stock that you get from the grocery store. But this is just 1 cup of stock.
I will go to 3.
And I made this stock from scratch yesterday. So that's going to be helpful in just a moment. Because I need it for the sauce.
Advice Kyle says, just use the flat of your knife to crush the garlic cloves and you can peel garlic super easy. Thanks for the advice.
That's true, but I don't
Kyle.
need to. That's very good advice, but I actually don't need to peel the garlic because it was pre-peeled. Okay, so as you can see here in the sauce, it's bubbling nicely, and it will reduce pretty quickly. You know what I mean? And what we want is for it to coat the back of a spoon nicely, which, like, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, when you dip it in there, you want it to coat the back of the spoon and kind of stay clinging, because we want it to cling to the chicken, so it has this kind of, like, slightly syrupy, sticky quality to it. So, pretty good right there, actually. So I'm going to turn this off. And we're just going to save the sauce. We don't... Oh, so good, actually.
Yeah, orange sauce.
It's actually just fire. It's so good. It's such a nice balance between sweet and sour, like the tanginess from the
Bring
orange.
me that spoon.
Take the spoon, please.
Oh, am I just licking the spoon?
Yeah.
Ooh. Whoa.
Got the garlic and ginger in there.
That is an orange chicken sauce.
That sure is.
But it's not just sweet. Like, it's got that saltiness in there.
It just tastes fresher than a lot of other orange chicken sauce because it has fresh squeezed orange juice in it that we squeezed ourselves.
But the garlic, that's a piece of ginger in my mouth. Yum.
Actually, I'm just going to heat up the chicken stock real quick in this. Got myself a nice little saucepan here. Mini saucepan. So I'm going to just go ahead and melt my ice cube.
Hello from Wisconsin. First time in chat.
Hello.
Hi, Peter Matthews.
Real Peter Matthews?
Peter Matthews 007.
Whoa. He says he's from Wisconsin, but he might be from MI6. So I made some chicken stock last night, guys, with some, like 3 chickens worth of rotisserie bones from Chicken Rotisserie Costco. And I make my own chicken stock here in Korea because you can't just buy boxed chicken stock here. So you either have to use like bouillon cubes or better than bouillon, or you just make your own. So I make a massive, like 15-liter stock pot of it. So I get, you know, tons of chicken stock when I make it, and then I just freeze it forever.
We make it with rotisserie chicken, and then with the chicken. You make chili.
I did. I made smoky chipotle chicken chili, which Susie loves.
It's so good. It's the only spicy thing that I will tolerate.
So I need about 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock here, so I'm just going to melt this back. If I was smart yesterday, I would have just reserved a cup of chicken stock. I was not smart, guys.
You just froze it all? Well, you just wanted to show them your cube.
Yeah, those stock cube trays are really cool. Very useful.
I'm pretty sure here in Korea they use it for baby food stuff, but you can also use it for stock.
I got them from the States.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
You could have gotten some here.
Hashtag thanks Amazon for delivering to Korea now.
That's also true. But I used to use a bunch of these silicone cubes when making or freezing baby food.
Yeah, but the fact that they're 1 cup sized is really what's different about them. They're really big. They're 8 ounces of liquid.
Imagine all the soups. You're eating good, Susie. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I am one lucky lady.
Tomorrow we have guests coming over, so I'm gonna make some jambalaya, cornbread, and homemade mac and cheese because our Korean guests wanted like
Soul food.
American soul food. And I was like, I can make you some New Orleans food.
They're like, oh my God, yes, please.
I love soul food, but the thing is, like, you can't. I wasn't gonna like home make a bunch of like large pieces of fried chicken, although maybe I should with this batter. And then the other problem was, I love collard greens, and there are no collard greens in Korea. That's not a thing that exists here.
Are we gonna make collard? No, we don't.
Well, no, I'm not going to make them.
Okay,
But if you want soul food, it is hard to make soul
Yes,
food without a
yes,
couple
yes,
of
yes,
things.
yes.
Smoked ham and
Yeah.
collard greens, both of which are, and like ham hocks.
Can I get a ham hock here? I don't know. Maybe. If I go to a butcher and ask. But they're not going to be like the smoked ham hocks, which is what you like boil collard greens in. So it's a little tricky. So I had to be like, can I do Cajun food? Because I figured out we can get andouille sausage here. So I can do that.
Surprise roux stream?
Yeah, surprise roux stream. More roux.
Maybe we should just record you doing the roux and then just release that as a YouTube, as like a 10-hour YouTube.
Roux ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
Grab an onion.
What if we put a piece of beef in with the orange sauce? You get orange beef?
I mean, that's a thing. Yes.
I'm gonna try it.
Here, I will do it for you. Yeah, orange beef is a thing.
Is it?
Yeah. In fact, one of the real Chinese recipes is tangerine peel beef, which again is not going to be breaded and also won't be this sweet, but it does have the citrus peel. It'll be good. It'll be good. I mean, it's sugar and fried food. It's not going to be bad. It's actually impossible for it to be bad, I think.
That is delicious.
So she's getting to the point where she's just hungry, so she's going to start to raid all the food.
Cook faster.
I'm almost done. Okay. Our chicken broth.
Instead of a Yule log Christmas video, you can do a roux log Christmas video.
can. So much cornstarch. Oh my God.
Okay. Squat.
Huh!
That's good. Can you move the flour and the paper towels?
Yes. Can.
Squat again.
Huh!
Okay, I think that's good. All right, hold on. Stay that way. Stay right there. Stay that way. And go.
Wow. Here's the sauce for our Mongolian beef. What we're going to have is some scallions, minced ginger, minced garlic, some chili peppers. I'm using Face in Heaven Sichuan chilies. You could use our bowl if they're not available in your area. An onion, 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock, brown sugar, cornstarch, Chinese light soy sauce, and that's dark soy sauce, Chinese dark soy sauce, nope, Chinese dark soy sauce, Chinese light soy sauce. I can't see the bottles.
Do I make a mistake every time? Yes. Is it charming?
So charming.
So charming. That's what I'm told.
What do you mean I'm never changing the camera angles? I'm trying to run around and...
She's literally just running around changing the cameras for you guys. Shut up. You can't do a better job. Okay, let's make the sauce first. I will clean out a bowl.
I wish my wife cool enough to help me record me cooking.
Yeah, my wife is great.
I wonder if Monte's ever been recognized by the parents of Max or Orion's classmates as the old LCK caster.
Yes. I mean, some people knew about me in LA
In LA.
previously. Some of our
Not
parent
Korea
friends.
so much because they don't watch the English streams.
Some parents of people in LA did know of me. Okay, so I have my chicken stock here.
I had a mom friend who I was friends with for a very long time, and then she told me she was a TSM fan, and then we started talking, and she's like, "Wait, you're married to MonteCristo?" And I was like,
That's a true story.
"Yes, I am."
She's very nice, though. We've met her. So that's true. I mean, there's one person.
Yeah.
In Korea, but she's not Korean.
She's not Korean, and also not really a TSM fan.
She was 15.
She was 15, it's okay.
She is forgiven. All right. We've got our 3/4 of a cup of warm chicken stock. You can use water, too. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, quite a bit, 4 tablespoons, as it were. I'm then going to add a 1/4 cup of light soy sauce.
You sure that's the light one?
Huh? Yes. I'm doubting myself now. And I always lose my measuring spoons, guys. It's a problem. Sometimes I put them in the sink. Sometimes
Don't we have more? We have a bunch more. You have the.
I like the metal ones. Leave me alone.
You have the rainbow plastic ones.
I don't want the rainbow plastic ones. Where are they? I will find them. Oh, I washed them and put them in the drying rack. Look at me go. Okay, so now I'm going to add a teaspoon of dark soy sauce. You don't have to add this one.
Yeah, what's wrong with the rainbow plastic measuring spoons, huh?
It's not Pride Month anymore.
Lol.
I need my whisk. Go whisk all our sugar in there. Hopefully the chicken stock is still warm enough for me to suspend this sugar in there.
I lose my coffee cup regularly. I lose my phone regularly.
Okay, it was warm enough. If it's not warm enough for you and the sugar isn't suspended in the liquid, you may have to just lightly heat it on your stove and whisk it. But my chicken stock was still warm enough, fortunately, that I'm not having that problem. I'm putting my finger in here and touching the bottom to see if I can feel sugar granules. And I'm also tasting it, and it's plenty sweet, so we're good. Okay, this. Walk time.
Time to walk and roll. We're
Okay.
getting a whole bunch of new followers today, which is great.
Great, welcome, plebs. Okay, we have our Chinese chili peppers here. So these are called Facing Heavens chilies. They are a Sichuan type of chili pepper. You can buy these online on Amazon. If you don't want to buy these, you can go to your grocery store and buy arbol chilies, which are a Mexican style of spicy chili. What I use is kitchen shears, and I'm just going to snip the top off like this, and I'm going to dump some of the seeds out to make it a little bit less spicy. I'm going to just dump them out right here into my trash, and I'm going to, I like it a little bit spicy, so if a few seeds get in there, I don't really care. I'm going to cut them into a little bit smaller segments. And we're not going to eat these. I mean, you can if you want, but really it's just to infuse the oil and add the chili smell and flavor to the dish and make it just a little bit spicy. So however many chilies you want to add is good. These are small, so I'm adding about 8 to 12 of these little chilies I found is pretty appropriate. If you're using arbol chilies, you want to use fewer because they're bigger.
Or you can use more if you want it spicier.
Yeah, of course. You can also add these to the orange chicken, by the way.
No thanks.
You can also just add regular red chili flakes, which are nice.
Yeah, we'll see if Orion will eat some of this tonight.
So there we go. I am going to add a teaspoon of minced ginger to this.
Didn't you mince some ginger earlier?
Teaspoon of minced ginger. I'm using pre-minced ginger, guys. I threw away the extra ginger I minced earlier, and I need this to move along. So normally I wouldn't do that.
Why did you throw it away?
Because I wasn't thinking. Any other questions? So I'm doing the ginger here, and I'm doing the ginger and the chili peppers together, just because they're going to go in at the same time to the dish when I'm stir frying. So it makes it one bowl that I have to plop in there. Just easier.
Drizzy Swift says, I worked at Panda Express as a cook a lot, so this
Nice.
is giving me flashbacks.
Hopefully not like PTSD flashbacks. Honestly, working at Panda Express seems pretty chill. Was it chill? Probably depends on your manager. Doesn't seem like a bad gig, though.
Isn't working anywhere all dependent on your manager?
Yeah, but I mean, like, the job at Panda Express actually, from somebody, I've worked in restaurants, and as far as fast food goes, it's probably one of the better fast food jobs you could have, especially if you're cooking, because I think it's more interesting. Because you're doing a lot of different dishes.
I thought you were just deep frying chicken and then adding sauce to it.
No, they do lots of stuff. You're also deep frying shrimp with walnut honey sauce. And you're making beef and broccoli and
You're making
chow
pork fried
mein.
rice.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. Mince some garlic here.
I was going to go back to mince cam. Maybe I will
Sounds good.
attempt it.
Got some other stuff to cut up, so that's good.
We'll try that.
And we're gonna get a little bowl out here. Ooh, why is it not focusing? And the white balance is all crazy. There we go.
I tapped it wrong.
It still looks a little weird. What are you doing?
Maybe it's because it's zoomed and not.
Hold on, guys. Trying to fix this real quick. Okay, that should be better. We'll take our minced garlic, put it in this bowl. This bowl is going to house our scallion whites and garlic, because those aromatics are going to go in at the same time as well. I'll put it up here.
Are there any specific brands of light and dark soy sauce you recommend?
I don't care.
No.
What I can get in Korea is the answer, which is kind of like surprisingly challenging sometimes in terms of Chinese products, which you would not think because it's very close to China.
Well, maybe you could just. We can go to Chinatown. I'm sure they have.
Yeah, but this is fine. I don't know. This is the Hade. No, wait. Foshan Gaoming. Whatever. It's good. So we have our 4 scallions here. And we want to, we're going to segregate our scallions again because our scallions are horrendously racist. Bad scallions.
The whites and the greens.
The whites and the greens. So we're going to cut these into like 1/2-inch pieces. The whites and the pale greens. You are not nice scallions. Should all be together. You're all one scallion people. Okay, so we're going to put the whites in with our garlic. Woo! And we're going to finely chop these to add towards the end of the dish. You know what? I'm going to add a couple more greens here. So we have a bunch of reserved green onions for both dishes. What did Panda Express guy say? I want to know how his job was.
Oh, he said it was fine. It was manager dependent. Making the food stuff was great, but closing the restaurant was annoying.
Oh. Okay.
That sounds like every restaurant ever.
Yeah, closing restaurants is really annoying, especially if you're cleaning fryers. That shit sucks. All right, what are we doing?
I don't know.
We're gonna fry it. We're gonna make the Mongolian beef. I forgot one thing. I need another bowl. That's the theme of stir frying, guys. I need another bowl. Because we need to make a cornstarch slurry so we can thicken up the Mongolian beef sauce. Cornstarch. You okay there?
Yeah.
You're just moaning.
My eyes hurt. I think I need to.
Okay, 1.5 teaspoons of cornstarch. There's 1.5 teaspoons of cornstarch. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Grab myself a fork.
Fork it.
Stir it up, break up all the cornstarch clumps. And the last thing I'm going to do is cut up an onion, because not all Mongolian beef recipes are going to call for an onion, a white or yellow onion. But you know what? I really like Mongolian beef with big chunks of onion in it. So I'm going to make it the way I want to make it.
Because you can.
And you can't do anything about it, Twitch chat. You can't stop me. Unless you donate 100 subs, then I'll stop. It's the only thing that can stop me.
No takers.
They know the onion's good. That's the price of no onion in my Mongolian
We just got a
beef.
big onion is dope. So, yeah.
So I'm going to cut these into like, ooh, how do I want to do this? Wedges. Big wedges.
Are we wedging?
Wedging out.
What if I don't like it?
Shut up.
Oh.
Just don't eat it. How can you be cyberbullied? Just walk away from the computer. Just walk away from the onion, Susie.
I can't. They live here.
Oh, hold on, guys. My eyes.
Yep, you're crying.
So usually, guys, by the way, how not to cry, as I cry with onions, and I tried to do this, is that it's the crushing of the cells of the onion that release the stuff, the chemical that makes you cry. So if your knife is sharp and please show the camera. If you're slicing like this, no, not that one. If you're kind of like trying to slice really smoothly and push your blade, usually it doesn't do this, but this one's bad. Oh my God. This one's really bad, guys.
Just gonna go back to you.
Ah, my eyes. Why is this onion so intense?
It's the potent onion. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's the onion of doom.
It is the onion of doom. Holy moly. Oh my.
Maybe you need to sharpen your knife more.
My knife doesn't need to be sharpened, that's true. I'll also show you guys how to sharpen knives. I haven't sharpened my onions because I want to, or my knives, sharpen my onions. I haven't sharpened my knives because I wanted to do it on stream to show you guys how to do it. But I do have whetstones.
Turn on the hood vent for ventilation.
The hood vent is on, shut up. You're not helping.
Or you can run cold water.
Okay. I think we're over it.
One shot by onion. GG.
I was one shot by that onion. Okay, let us stir fry. Okay, wok, We're going to start the stir frying process here. Wok high heat. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of peanut oil to this. Wrecked by onion, GG.
Oh, seriously. The unseen onion is the deadliest.
Oh, I see it. Well, I can't really see it now, but
You're just, oh my God, your eyes are so red.
yeah, shut up. Wow, that was the worst one I've had in a while. My God, just one onion completely owned me. All right, so it's going to be smoking, and we're just going to put our onion in there.
That's what you get, onion.
That's what you get. Stop making me cry, torture you. So we're not going to do it till it's translucent or anything. We want to break it apart as much as we can. And we're going to just try and get it a little bit soft, because I like my onions and my Mongolian beef to still be kind of crunchy. And we're going to have to boil this in the sauce for a little bit. So
Time to open windows again.
no, I think it should be okay. Susie, I don't think it's not going to smoke that much because I'm going to put the sauce in here.
Okay.
So I don't think that's necessary. You turn on the... So maybe a couple minutes of doing this with the onion. Just take the edge off it, you know, so it stops making you cry.
Fire Element says, when I started making a lot more of my own soups in kanji, when you originally dropped the rotisserie chicken stock knowledge, I too was a big fan of big onion. Ooh, I can smell it now.
Yep. So I'm going to turn this down maybe to medium. It's a little hot, smoking a little too much. I'm going to add the ginger and the peppers now. We just want to stir fry this until we can smell it. So probably 15 to 30 seconds. I'm going to turn this back up actually to high, JK. Adding the scallion whites and garlic. Throwing onions at myself. All right, we smell all those aromatics and choke ourselves. We are going to give our sauce a stir and then add it to the outside of the wok. Oh yeah.
No, ferret guy. Do not throw onions at Susie and not.
Okay, give it a stir with your wok spatula. And we want to reduce this sauce. So what we're trying to do is simmer it and get it into kind of the same viscosity as our orange chicken sauce. So we want it to be a little bit syrupy. Okay, we're going to add some cornstarch, our cornstarch mixture to this as well, which will help it thicken. And we can see it may take a couple of minutes. May take a couple of minutes in order to reduce and thicken up. Has a lot of cornstarch and sugar, so it shouldn't take too long.
Why do you pour the sauce on the outside of the wok?
Excellent question.
Directly on the ingredients.
So, there is a concept called wok hei, which is the breath of the wok, which is the smoky flavor. So if you eat at a Chinese restaurant, it has a very distinct flavor. And the thing is, can you go back to the wok? The thing is that there's going to be a bunch of polymerized oil on the outside edge of the wok from doing the previous stir fry. And when we pour the sauce on the outside, it's going to rinse all of that into the wok, and it's going to give it a more distinct kind of like smoky flavor. It's kind of like deglazing.
What's more painful, the onions or C9 at EWC?
I mean, I don't care about C9 at EWC. That doesn't make me have pain, so.
Or cry.
Okay. Still, I want it a little bit thicker, I think. So I'm just testing it on the back of a spoon. Yep, got in there. Nice and spicy. Ooh. Yum. Oh yeah, see now we can see the color on the back of the spoon. When I touch it, I can feel that it's getting pretty syrupy. So that's looking like it's pretty good. We got to reheat the beef too. So first off, this is our fried beef from earlier that's been sitting around. So it's going to absorb all that sauce nicely. And we don't want to cook the beef more, we just really want to kind of heat it through. And we're going to add a handful of the green parts of the scallions as well.
That's 2 handfuls.
It was a handful and a pinch. Shut up.
Hey, Monte.
Susie's just slowly turning into Twitch chat, guys. All right, so we're just trying to heat this through. So I'm going to turn off the heat right now, and then we're going to stir it, and we can see we have that nice glaze on all of our Mongolian beef now. Ooh, yes. That is beautiful. Look at that, guys. How does that look?
Delicious.
All right, I get it into a bowl. Hey, Monty, what?
I really want to make this, but I only have a Costco pepperoni pizza. What should I do?
A Costco what?
Pepperoni pizza.
I like Costco pepperoni pizza. Okay, so here we go. Here's our Mongolian beef, guys. So I'll clean up the sauce on the outside. Ignore my shame for the moment. Here's a piece of it. So you can see now it's nicely coated in the sauce. And I'm going to eat it. Ah, that's delightful. It's like a little bit crunchy on the outside from the deep frying, but still nice and tender. It's a little bit spicy.
Oh yeah.
You get that
Got a kick to it.
Yeah, a little bit spicy. Got a sweetness from the sugar. And you got the soy sauce in there. Mm-hmm. Great.
Monty, everyone messes up a dish occasionally or doesn't like what they've made. Of the dishes you spent half an hour or more on, what's the worst you've made?
I don't know. What is it, Susie?
Last night?
Oh, I accidentally used some bad pork yesterday. That was very frustrating. I was trying to make some like shredded pork shoulder with like gochugaru and gochujang, like a Korean style, and the pork was kind of rancid. That was not fun, so I had to throw it away.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy that. I was pretty pissed.
He opened the Instant Pot, and I was in the room. I was in one of the bedrooms with the baby, and I'm like, "What is that smell? Like, what is happening right now?" And then I hear, "No!" from the kitchen.
Yeah, it didn't smell that bad when I cut up the raw pork. It like just a little bit. And then I seared it off in a bunch of sugar and garlic and gochugaru. But by the time that it came out of the Instant Pot, I had pressure cooked it for 90 minutes. It like did not smell good.
It was bad. It was really bad.
It did not smell good. So that was sad. It was like 5 pounds of pork shoulder too, so it was a lot of pork shoulder that got wasted. Because I didn't freeze it. So I'd only bought it 5 days earlier, so I thought it'd be okay in the fridge for 5 days, but it was not.
Yeah, it was bad. It was left overnight instead.
Which we still had beef and broccoli and lo mein
We
from the
still
other
had
stream.
tons of
and I had
food.
some solongtang that I had made, so it was whatever. But
Heat up that oil again.
so what we're doing now is we're reheating the oil so we can do the second fry of the chicken. And you want to do this kind of, man, this Mongolian beef is good.
Oh yeah, I was coming to sneak some of that as well.
I just like it with the big chunks of onion. Because the onions add some more crunchiness to it.
That is. The chili's just kind of.
A little tingly.
Yeah, it's just
good.
right. It's like tingly right on your tongue, but then it goes away.
It's good.
like
It's so good.
it doesn't stack, which is nice.
So we got to wait for this oil to get back up to 375. It's going to take a minute.
It's getting up pretty fast.
Well, looks like it's about a degree every second, which means it's still going to take several minutes. I'll clean up my Mongolian beef bowl, make it more presentable while I wait. For the great gimbling that will no doubt be occurring shortly. You like it?
Here, I'll take a piece of onion. See if what you said is right.
The onion adds the sweetness to it too. I really just really like it with the onion.
And because the onions are...
It's just, for me, it's just not Mongolian beef without having the big onion chunks in there.
I got a really spicy piece.
Did you eat one of the chilies?
I don't...
I guess you did. Don't eat the chilies, dingus.
I'm gonna go cry in a corner now. What I was gonna say was because the onion chunks are so big that you get that crunch as opposed to smaller onion chunks.
Yeah, I like the big
It's
onion chunks.
mushy.
It's like we still have about 100 degrees to go on the oil. All right, Twitch chat, what do you got for me? Comments, questions, concerns, insults?
How true is it when it comes? How true is it when it comes to cooking when people say you need to taste everything?
You do. It's the only way you're going to get a sense of how things are in progress. So, for example, you need to know whether something is too salty too early before you start adding more salt to it, or if you need to make adjustments.
Yeah.
That's why you guys see me tasting the raw sauces and everything like that before I even cook them. And by the way, you can put your fingers in most things, and it doesn't matter because you're going to cook it anyway. So. Also, you're the cook, and no one will know.
Were you oh boy. Were you an expert on using chopsticks before you first came to Korea?
Yes. I learned to use chopsticks when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. My parents, taught me. So it's just funny because, I get that from Koreans too. They're like, you can use chopsticks so well. And you just have to say like, oh yeah, you too. And they're like, because I just don't remember a time in my life where I couldn't use chopsticks. I've used them for my entire memory of my existence.
We probably need to teach Max how to use chopsticks. If you learned at 5 or 6, he needs to know at 5 or 6.
But it's just funny. The Koreans never expect the you too back. They don't.
That's the thing that I would say to Americans when they tell me my English is so good.
It's a very funny response to give to people.
Yeah.
It blows their minds. They're like, oh, wow, you use chopsticks so well. You too.
So do you.
Wow, you're so good at chopsticks also.
I am not, actually. I am really bad at chopsticks. I hold them wrong. I never learned them properly.
She does hold her chopsticks wrong.
I do.
Sad.
And I know how to do it. It's just my way is more convenient for me because I've been doing it for, 30 plus years of my life.
Her parents taught her wrong as a joke.
I don't think they ever taught me.
All right, here we go. 375 on the oil. This is going to be a very quick fry. We are also going to do this in batches, guys, so I'm going to do it half and half. Ow, I burned myself. It's inevitable. Don't splash yourself with oil like I just did. We're doing it half and half. Only do this for a couple of minutes. The second fry is just to make it even crispier. You do not have to second fry it if you don't want to, but you really, really should, because you will see the difference that it makes. And second fry, especially when you're home, when you're frying stuff at home and you don't have it, maybe you have a deep fryer at home. I don't know. I don't. It'd be weird if you did. Although I think some of the smaller home deep fryers, like the countertop deep fryers, are getting pretty good. Some of them have auto-cleaning oil systems now, which is awesome. Another thing I'll get when I go back to the States. So anyway, and you can leave the oil in there and it auto-filters it. We only want to do this for a couple of minutes because we don't want to burn it. The purpose is to get a nice golden brown color and to just re-crisp it.
No, we had a big conversation about it earlier, about how you can use oil. Again, you can reuse oil. It just really depends on what you've been frying in it.
And how you're cleaning it.
you're cleaning it. But you can filter it and you can reuse your oil.
You can use the gelatin method, which I discussed earlier.
And it doesn't go bad.
I will make a different video about the gelatin method. So you don't have to do it long. See how this is getting a nice like golden brown color on it? We don't want to go crazy. So I'm going to put it back on my tray. And I can just feel how crunchy it is when I drop it back onto the tray now. It has a nice clunk.
Clunk.
When it hits the tray. And here, I'll show you guys. So this is as we reheat the oil. See how this is a little bit more golden brown? I'll do it on a different camera. This is stupid. All right, here we go. Here's the difference in terms of reheating them. This side of the tray that's more golden brown has been recooked a second time, and you can see it's like really crispy on the outside. This is still crispy, but it's a little less crispy, and this side of the tray is a more pale yellow, right? But this is crunchy. Look at it. Listen to that. Listen to this. You probably can't hear. Anyway, whatever. Imagine it in your brain. You guys imagining it in your brains? Okay, the oil's hot enough. Probably need to turn this down. And we're going to do the second batch of refrying chicken. Can you guys see the difference?
Yes, Monty, we can.
We love you, Monte. Wow, thanks, guys. You really make all my efforts doing these cooking streams worthwhile. Ooh, that is hot. Okay, well. Go ahead and turn that one down a little bit. And again, we want to just give it a nice gentle stirring to make sure that all sides get evenly cooked. Okay, that's probably good. We're gonna end that.
That's pretty brown.
This was pretty hot when I put it in, so.
Chicky nuggets.
Okay. So there we go. We have all our delightful fried chicken now. I'll give some to my wife of the first batch, which is not so
Yes.
hot, so she can explain the difference to you guys.
Oh, wow. Just upon touching it,
It's so crunchy.
it's really crunchy. And you can see the little skin tags have... What? I know, it sounds gross, but you can see all the little skin tags. And I can see where the ridges are so that once we have the sauce on there, it'll just get caught all inside. And
Yep.
oh, and I think because this is the second time we're frying it, the chicken inside is still tender, but outside is like, if you bite into it wrong, you'll cut the top of your mouth crunchy.
That's what we like. All right, let's switch it up over here. I'm just going to reheat this sauce really quick. So this is our orange chicken sauce. As you can see, as it's cooled, it has gotten a little stickier. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to throw our green onions in here right now. You can also throw some red pepper flakes if you want it spicy,
No.
which I will not be doing because of my wife, not because of my own personal preferences, let it be known.
No. You already have your spicy dish that made me cry. Which also made you cry.
Not from the spiciness. It was from the damn onion.
So, Papa, you're coming over for some chicken? Yeah, it does look like popcorn chicken, actually.
Yep.
So good.
Okay, here we go. I've cleaned out this bowl and made sure it's nice and dry. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put our chicken in here. This is really just to mix it with the sauce, guys. I'm not gonna present it in here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Trying to heat this sauce back up. Just so we have some nice warm food, and then we're just going to take the sauce here. Now that it's warm, and pour it over everything.
How long do you think it'll take to get from here to Saudi Arabia?
Oh, 10 hours?
I have no idea. I've actually never been.
And I will never go. Okay, so now we have our orange chicken sauce, and we're just going to use, I'm using a silicone spatula because it's nice and gentle here, and I don't want to destroy my nice crispy chicken, but I'm going to go ahead and mix it here. You can put it back in the skillet too, but I figured it'd be easier to see if I mix it this way. And we want to get all that orange sauce coating it all into all those fried chicken nooks and crannies that we made. I'll get it out, plate out.
And we'll be serving this over, or not over, but with white rice. Is
Of
actually
course.
perfect with white rice.
You need white rice with this for sure, in my opinion. Fried rice is a little too rich. I like the kind of palate cleansing, just plain steamed white rice with this. It's my personal jam. When I'm at Panda Express, I always get the white rice. Technically, my jam is half white rice, half chow mein. That's the play.
I like the fried rice. The fried rice with the beef and broccoli sauce. Oh, so good.
Clean up this cutting board, guys, real quick.
When do we remove the peels from the chicken old-fashioned?
Now, you don't have to remove the zest. They're not going to do anything. Don't eat them, obviously.
You can if you want.
I mean, they're not going to kill you. Just be weird.
Monty, have you had sticky rice?
What?
Korean white rice is
It is sticky rice. What are you talking
Unless
about?
you're talking about like sticky rice, the sweet stuff from
Yeah, like
Thailand.
glutinous rice, or yeah, the Thai sticky rice. In which case, yes, I worked at a Thai restaurant, and one of the things I did was I made apps and desserts. So the amount of sticky rice with mango I have made in my life is absurd.
And
Also, fuck cutting mangoes. That shit's dangerous. And also, I have cut so many mangoes and nearly cut myself so many times.
I think you need to do it more. IMO.
So there's a couple dishes I probably made more than anything else in my life because of my jobs. One of them is either crab wontons, which were also an appetizer at that Thai restaurant, or chicken satay. Another one is sticky rice with mango. In terms of cocktails, when I was a cocktail bartender, I worked at a Cuban bar, so I have made so many mojitos, guys. Just unbelievable amounts of mojitos, thousands.
How come you've never made me one?
I've had enough of mojitos, Susie, in my life.
I want, for dessert tonight, sticky rice with mango and a mojito syrup.
All right, you go get me some Havana Club Blanco and fresh mint, and I'll make you one.
May I offer you Kirkland brand?
There's Kirkland brand light rum. Okay, that's fine. You go get it. You get. I make. All right, here you guys go. Here is our orange chicken. What do you think?
It looks delicious.
Susie, would you like to come
I would.
eat a piece?
I would. I am also going to return the spoon to you. What is this spoon?
It's a Kunst spoon.
How do you know where we got this from?
I brought it back. I need it. That's for decoration.
I know.
You don't have to move that. There's plenty of chicken you can eat on the sides.
I was going to put the 3 over here as decoration to make
Okay.
it pretty.
Okay, you make it pretty for your photos.
Oh my God. I'm designing your chicken.
How is it?
So the double frying, I think is good because it was so ultra crispy that with the sauce, it keeps its crispness.
It's still really crunchy in spite of the liquid and the wetness of the sauce.
I don't know how it is. I need to eat some more.
It's really good though, because the nice thing about the combination of the zest and the bitterness of the pith and the freshness of the orange juice gives it a really good like layer of orange flavor. So you kind of have a more
orange oil flavor.
What do you think, guys? Should I leave them here or just mix it in with the rest of the chicken? Or should I just take them out?
No, leave them in.
You want to leave it in?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll run away before I eat the whole thing.
Well, you gotta take some pictures.
I will. One moment. All right, I'm going to take pictures, guys, and then don't worry, your favorite part is coming. Okay. Ah!
Ah! Throwing rice paddle on the floor. What did they say? Which one do they like better?
They said it looked good. I don't know if it meant the chicken looks good or the design looks good, but you know what? Whatever.
You guys need to be more specific.
Is there
A what?
It's okay. I'm just going to wipe up the sauce with my finger.
That's fine. Nobody will know. Nobody will know.
Nobody will know, and also, we're the ones eating it. Okay. That one is good.
The lighting makes the new lights make a big difference in the food pictures, guys. Hopefully it makes a big difference on what you can see on stream too.
Maybe different angle. No. Too many onions over there. Not enough onions over here. There we go. Yeah, it just helps the camera focus more on all the nooks and crannies and everything.
Yeah, it definitely has much better shadows.
So that looks good. I don't know. What do you think?
What do you guys think? Now for our favorite part.
Is that corn? It does look like there's pieces of corn in there.
Guys, please.
Yes. Yes. That is corn. Spray with a little oil and raise lighting for better pick.
It's okay. It doesn't need that. By the way, this is not a normal lighting setup that you are witnessing right now, so don't you worry about the lighting situation. I have a massive, massive light in here. Here, I'll just show you guys. Hold up.
You have to connect.
I'm going to. The lighting situation has been dramatically improved, my friends. Here we go. Hold on. I'm going to stop the gimbling so you guys can see. I will show you the ridiculousness of this setup so you can fully appreciate what I have built. Can you see it?
Camera 2 is not on here yet. All right.
Is it on?
Yep. So this is a 4 foot long.
It's not on the right camera.
Huh?
I have production feed here. I can tell it's not on the right camera, Susie. Okay, this is a 48-inch Octa box. I have a different light here. This is the setup above the board. So I have an auto pole that is stretched all the way across the kitchen. And that has this system, which shows the top-down cutting board view. I have a camera here that goes over to the stove, and I'm using the last camera, which we use for this shot.
And Susie's over here. We have another camera over there. That is the mess of wires. That is a bunch of routers and equipment because we use 2 laptops plus it's connected to my PC, which is the thing that's actually streaming. So as you can see, the situation, the scenario here, the setup is quite complex. So because we have such good lighting, it took me a long time to figure this out, guys. So tell me good job.
Good job.
Okay, we can get off this camera now.
Okay. Love the glasses. Yeah, they're reading glasses, guys, because I'm old now and yeah, it's annoying. But yeah, this setup, and then, they haven't seen, well, we have a little gray box on the side. Oh, actually, you guys see it when we do the crouching shot. There's a gray box, and after this is all done, Monte actually puts all the stuff back into that box.
It gets taken apart every single time.
Every single time. And that's one of the reasons why we probably have a lot of tech issues, is just because we have to take it apart and put it back every time we do the stream. Because otherwise, children and life is difficult for us to eat on the dining room table with all this stuff here.
My wife also doesn't want to live in a studio for some reason. Weird.
You do?
I mean, if I didn't have to take it down every time, but I also want to be able to eat on the dining room table, so it's okay, guys. I've rigged it in a way where it's not that hard to put it together every time. But yeah, it's an experience for sure.
But that's what I mean by, I know in the previous stream I had said that, Monte has a methodical way of setting everything back up again. And he puts everything back the same order because we're trying to maintain non-robo and synced audio and all of the things. We appreciate your effort and enjoy the results of said effort. Thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, and right behind me is our living room, and then we have a very large air conditioner that is quite strong, and it cools the entire main room, I guess, because the kitchen and the living room are one big room. So much concentration.
All right.
That's one.
That's 2.
Oh, you did both?
Somebody's not paying attention.
I'm totally not. You guys love the gimbaling.
You guys will appreciate the gimbaling when you see the final results. It does look really good in the edits. As annoying as it is to do right now.
Well, my wife would also appreciate both of you. Thank you for all your hard work. It's been a fun evening for us.
Oh, thank you to your wife. I'm sure she is beautiful.
Someone's reading out messages. Yes, that's all I do. What?
Someone's reading.
Someone's reading out messages. Who is that? Oh my God.
So I love the movie Galaxy Quest. That reminds me. So Sigourney Weaver's character in Galaxy Quest, which is a Star Trek satire, her job is to repeat whatever the computer says. And there's one point in the movie where they start making fun of her, and she just goes on a tirade and says, "It's my only job, and I'm gonna do it. God damn it!"
That's the job that they give women,
Fantastic movie.
Fantastic movie. Fantastic food.
It's just so crunchy.
A dedicated studio kitchen separate from normal kitchen in the States on the list. I mean, if we're just gonna...
How many subs am I gonna get, guys?
We need to, make a lot more money for that to happen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make an outbuilding that's just a studio with a kitchen in it. Look, that sounds amazing, guys, but that also sounds like it'll cost $500,000.
How many subs do we need for that?
I love the spiciness of this.
Y'all are rich. It can happen. Really? That seems to me.
Not that rich.
Time to become a YouTuber and not a streamer. Tennessee living.
Should have taken the EWC money, damn it. No, not going to have a blood money kitchen. Pass.
I guess if we move to like Oklahoma, we can do it.
I mean, maybe.
And we just live at home.
Look, if I was going to live somewhere off the beaten path, I wouldn't choose Oklahoma. Let's put it that way. I'd much rather be in Montana.
Is Montana cheaper? I think Montana is not.
No, it depends. Montana's a big place, Susie. Depends on where you are. I'd live in New Mexico. Hell yeah.
And New Mexico also not very cheap.
Oh, yes, it is. There's a lot
Santa Fe?
No, not Santa Fe. Everywhere else. Albuquerque is very cheap.
Just for reference, what is meat prices in USD there? I can get decent pork at 2 pound chicken breast at $2.70 US, but no clue on beef. I can't afford that shit.
What kind of beef?
I don't know. I guess they're just asking how much. Meat prices
So the cheapest I found a kilo of chicken breast, which is about frozen chicken breast, which is about 2.2 pounds, is actually pretty cheap, about $6. Usually, though, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. I would say around 5 pounds of chicken thighs is about $20. Beef is very expensive. Like maybe 4 pounds of skirt steak is like $50 or $60. So that's pretty expensive. Ribeye is very expensive. Ribeye is very expensive.
What was it that we were looking at when you just pointed out the price to me and I was like, oh.
Oh, scallops?
Yes.
It was like $60 a pound.
Yeah.
For frozen scallops.
The frozen scallops. It was like 137,000 won.
It was 77,001.
Was it 77?
Yeah, for a pound.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about that wine.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
the
on-
Prisoner,
yeah.
which is a great one. But it's also $60, $70 a bottle in the States. But
5 pounds of chicken thigh at 20 US is insane. Thigh is less than $2 per pound in DC. Yeah, whatever. I mean,
no, I'm saying the beef is, or
the meat is expensive,
the meat is expensive. It's expensive.
but
But also it's because Koreans, so first off, a lot of the meat is imported because Korea is the size of Indiana and has 50 million people in it. So a lot of it comes from Australia or Canada or America, right? And the other aspect of it is that Koreans don't eat, like you think of Korean barbecue and you're like, wow, that's the normal Korean food. That's a pretty special meal for a lot of people, especially with beef. In Korea, it's very expensive at those. And you're usually buying beef in like 100-gram portions. So it's pretty a small amount of beef. And if you want to eat a lot, it gets very expensive very quickly. But the reason why is Koreans don't usually eat like a lot of meat at one time. They will have a meat dish, but most of the meal is banchan, which are the side dishes, which are like vegetables most of the time, right? So you eat some meat, you'll eat some rice, you'll eat banchan, right? But I would say that by weight, by volume, you probably eat a lot more vegetables than you do meat, which is fine because you have 4 or 5 different side dishes and it's delicious and it's good. But it's definitely not like I'm going to eat a pound of steak. Like you don't do that here. Nobody does that.
nobody does that here. Do you both eat meat daily?
Yes.
Yes, we do, but it's not like, again, we don't eat like a steak every day. It's just meat in various forms.
And each of these dishes has about a pound of meat in it, but this much food can feed like 4 or 5 people.
Right.
Without side dishes, just with rice.
Am I a bad dad for wanting my little baby girl to be good at League this early on rather than be good at RTS?
Okay. Both will be dead by the time it's relevant.
Not the baby girl, the games.
Oh, yeah,
The games.
sorry. Not your kid, hopefully. Like probably RTS is already dead. Probably by the time she grows up, MOBA will also be dead.
But why would you ever want her to, love fighting games?
I mean, the real deal is that RTSs are just harder. So they're harder. There's better games. It's so crunchy.
It's good.
The combination of the marinade and the dry ingredients really does make this chicken just insanely crunchy.
I will say though, I mean, your daughter is going to inevitably end up a Roblox girl, so just putting it out there. Roblox and Minecraft. Sorry.
Touchscreen gaming, cringe, dies of cringe.
I want to say though, because of Roblox, Max has gotten a lot better with the controller as well.
That's true, but touchscreen gaming is just so imprecise, it's so terrible. For those of us who like mouse and keyboard precision. All right, guys. Let's talk about what we're doing next week. So Sunday night at this time / Wednesday night at this time next week. First off, we spent this entire week doing 5 different American-style Chinese dishes. So this is very much super American Chinese takeout food. Next week, we're doing real Chinese food. So on Sunday, we're going to be doing some real Sichuan food. We're going to be doing twice cooked pork and dry fried chicken. And these are very common, very delicious Sichuan dishes. And then we're going to do something a little bit weird on Wednesday. And nobody's going to watch because it's weird. But I really like this food, which is we're going to be making some food from Xinjiang province, which is the far west of China, okay? And this is where the Uyghurs are from, that you might have heard because of the horrible persecution, I should say, and also prosecution, but persecution that they are facing at the hands of the Chinese government. They are culturally different than Han Chinese people. They are also Muslim. And so what this means is we get a really wonderful cuisine from this area. And why that is because, first off, they're using Chinese cooking techniques like stir frying, but they're not doing it with pork, they're doing it with lamb because they're Muslim. And also, because they are on the historic Silk Road, they have a bunch of very weird ingredients that you do not associate with Chinese cooking. So again, Chinese cooking techniques, ingredients that are very not Chinese. And so we're going to be making cumin lamb, first off. Cumin, not in any Han Chinese food. Tons of cumin there. That comes from the Middle East and the Mediterranean along the Silk Road and the spice trade that existed for thousands of years. And then also, they use a lot of cilantro, which again comes from the Mediterranean, and you would never see in any kind of Chinese food. So cumin lamb has a ton of cumin and a ton of cilantro in it, and I love it. It's so good. We're also going to be making a stew that you put on top of knife-cut noodles called big plate chicken, which is another signature dish of Xinjiang. So if you want to see weird stuff, that's going to be the weird stuff. Sichuan food is very normal. Twice cooked pork, dry fried chicken, extremely normal Sichuan dishes. We're not doing mapo tofu. I'm sure we will do mapo tofu at some point in
Papa
time.
literally just asked, when are we doing mapo tofu? We also got a, where's the Beijing duck stream?
Peking duck.
Peking duck.
No. That's one of those things that's hard to make at home, guys. You could probably hack it in some way. Like we hacked char siu for the pork lo mein, but probably won't be making that here. I've never made it before, but I do know kind of how to make it, and that would be tough. So we will be doing mapo tofu at some point, but again, we only had 2 weeks to do this Chinese food, and I wanted to do a bunch of, kind of a mixture of regular stir fries versus deep fried American dishes, and then a couple real Sichuan dishes and a couple Xinjiang dishes for fun and variety.
What about the Korean Chinese?
We gotta do that too. That's a good point.
Yeah, we can make like jjampong and...
We have to make jjajangmyeon.
I guess you could do tangsuyuk. That's pretty easy.
I'll do it. It's literally
that's
just
that.
this.
Yeah, literally, but with pork,
And
which is a vegetable.
and pineapple juice and pork, which is a vegetable. So anyway, that's what we're doing Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Follow the channels if you haven't already. Remember to go to youtube.com/@continuecooking, where we also live stream, and that's where all the edited content is going to be going out once it's finished.
Okay, bye. Sorry, I had to get the thing up. Sorry, you just stay like that.